Ashley said in her hello, people. Go ahead, Miss Montanique.
We are live. It's your girls, Dr. Joy, pre-PhD, Montique, and Callie. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 7, episode 17, the grand finale. So, Joy was saying something before Dory kicks in. We're gonna let Joy go. Go, Joy.
No, you so silly. First of all, I give this episode 8.5. I thought it was really good. So while we're getting the intros and stuff together, you can all tell us what number you thought the episode was, the number 1 through 10, if you liked it. Anyway, the first thing that I noticed on the very first scene, it opens this episode with Ashley, with Dean having her little Dean date, which is really cute. And in her confessionals, Ashley was talking about that wig. First of all, I can't believe they left that in. It was so shady of Bravo to leave that in. But all I kept saying is, I know I watched too much TikTok, because the very first thing I said is, that's going to be a huge TikTok sound real soon.
Do y'all know what she's talking about?
And in that first scene, Ashley had a wig.
I mean, I saw the scene, but what's the sound that you say is?
She said, "Oh my God, this wig is so tight. I don't even know how people wear these."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
that's what TikTok sound. Because I could see if I had a wig, I actually do have a couple of them. I should go pick up one and do it, because it's going to be a huge sound. It really is.
I can do it. I got about 900 wigs, honey.
I said somewhere. You all should do it, because it's going to be a big sound.
No, I look so mad. So, Rochelle, and whoever else is 4 or 5 people watching, how would you all rate the episode last night? The finale episode. Was it finale worthy? Joy gave it a
8.5.
8.5. Callie gave it a
8.
8. I give it an 8.5 too. It was very good. I feel like it was good for a finale. I feel like everyone kind of got a resolution to some things, right? Isn't that what a finale is supposed to be?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But okay. So
Carlos King said there was nothing grand about it.
Carlos needs to hush.
He's a mess. He did.
I really like and respect him. I'm starting not to.
Yeah.
Like, I respected Carlos, as he's a boss producer. I'm not right. But it's like, as a producer who also has shows, it's so tacky, in my opinion.
Mine
when
too.
You have an active show on to talk about other people's work. Because essentially, this is entertainment. This is a source of art.
Yeah.
So
he also said
you're essentially saying your art
sucks. I'm about to get
right
out here for a minute. Yeah, he also said that everybody should just forget the episode ever happened. Yes,
Which one? The last one or all of
Yes, last night's one. Well, no, I'm sorry. He said the whole season. We need to just forget it. Hi, good.
Serious.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of jacked up. I just don't like that, because I would feel some type of way I'll just say this, as a fan of Carlos King's, particularly Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is, I have talked about how authentic that show was at the first couple of seasons. It ain't like that no more.
Right.
And I just couldn't imagine Andy Cohen, Mariah Huck, somebody
Mona Scott.
Or Mona Scott.
Right.
Probably a better one. Of actually on a podcast saying love and marriage sucks.
Andy would never. We supposed to be making something that says that. He would never.
It's so tacky to me.
I feel like Carlos, I'm not saying that he's not a great producer, and his shows are popular.
We know he is.
But they're not
one of them
on the level of Bravo yet.
No.
And I feel like he's using Bravo shows to kind of try to bring people in. And I get that, because we try to bring people in doing it too. But when you go a step and try to say people need to be fired or throw the whole episode away, you can say I'm disappointed in what happened or something like that. But to take that extra step, he needs to not do that.
Yeah.
He just should not do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't watch what he said. I did post that he did do another podcast about it. At first, he said she needs to be fired. I think Callie watched and said this time he felt like she just needs to be talked to. Is that right, Callie?
Yeah, so this time he said, I wouldn't fire her. What I would do is he said he would drive down to Baltimore because that's where he heard they live. And he would sit and talk to them and say, you can come back to the show only if you're going to show your life type thing. He would have that conversation with them, telling them they need to show more.
I mean, my whole thing is we've been skating around. We've been hotting it overhead. What?
He said you hit the nail on the head.
Oh, I forget, girl. What was I? Wow.
I don't know, but we just gonna say, Carlos, shut up, and then we're gonna move on.
Okay, good.
I don't even know what I was going to say.
Because you know that they met up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Oh, I was
talking about what they weren't going to talk about. So they ain't authentic either.
I was going to say, and why they focus on, first of all, let's get a couple of facts straight. Are we going to do that later?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
It's a couple of things about Robyn. Her situation is slightly different. This happened during COVID. We know COVID. We were on lockdown in 2020. The lockdown didn't exist in 21 or 22. In 2020, Housewives did not film at all. I want y'all to think about that. And let's go back. Did
it not?
No.
There was no filming?
No, it was no. I'll tell you why. In 2019, in fall, they filmed. That was when the Monique thing happened. We know that because we got a couple of dates that we can Google. We know when the fight happened because there's a police report, and we know what day that Robyn got engaged, which was December 2019. So it was a couple of things we knew. COVID hit in March, and usually what happens is right before they air, they usually used to go to air like in April or May, but because they couldn't do those confessionals, they pushed it all the way back to August. So when the show aired, it was almost airing exactly a year to the date that they actually filmed.
Okay,
that's fact. So in 2020, when they did the what do you call it? The finale, the reunion, it was like December. Y'all remember it was right before Christmas. And it aired either right before Christmas or in January. That's how we met, Montanique, doing one
because we was going to do a thing.
It was during Christmas vacation. It was during Christmas vacation. And we were watching the reunion. I guess my point to say all of that is this is when this affair happened in 2020. And you could easily say possibly into 2021. When this probably should have been discussed was last season because it kind of fits with her depression.
So they knew about this and could have spoke about it last season if they wanted to.
Correct. Yes. And I don't know. There's no exact date. It ain't like she said in April of 2021, I did so and so. So I don't know when.
Well, I know one of the receipts was January 26th. Well, I know the date, 2020. On the hotel or on the text. So,
and she said that's the last time that he contacted her. So we know when this happened. So it's possible that all of this was happening and they were working through it in 2020. I don't know. So this is when the whole Monique and Candiace, that's season 5. That's when they dominated the airwaves. But they started filming season 6 in February. I remember because they did something. And we knew it was a February date, and I can't remember what.
When did they go to? Are you talking about when they went to Miami?
No, that's season 7. In season 6, we know that they got started really close to the season. The season ended like in December, and they started filming in like February.
Yeah, Callie went away. But yeah, all of this to say is that it wasn't like this is a current thing. Yeah, basically is what she's saying. Yeah. And maybe they could have talked about it Maybe they couldn't have, but she's not the first housewife
Right.
to not
And
tell
she
something.
essentially did tell on herself when she needed to. I don't know any woman but Melanie Holt that would purposely bring a very hurtful scandal to their front door. I just don't.
And she tried to say that. She didn't say those exact words, but when she was watch what's happened, like, did y'all get to see that?
Yeah,
I
she did
see
say,
it.
"Why would I
Yeah.
tell on myself?"
Why would I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
She
doesn't
is
make
trying to
any.
say,
It's one thing if you're explaining that I've been depressed. I found out why I was cheating on me. If that was the reason, I get it. Because remember, it was depression. Her storyline was depression last
yeah,
year.
she did the better health and everything. But I
Yes,
do
because I
think that
do
she
wonder
kind of
was
told
it.
us because she kept saying, "We're gonna put this infidelity clause. We're gonna do this
Yeah,
infidelity clause."
she
We're
kind
gonna,
of
like she
sort of
said it
was.
Yeah.
every episode, so we
Yeah.
knew something had happened, but she just didn't say what it was.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
mean,
people are
I
also
just
upset
You know
because they
what?
think the Georgetown lady is the same lady as this lady. It is not the same.
Yeah.
okay, and she
And the
said
lady
that
don't look
too.
like her either.
Now I'm
So
confused though. I'm confused. I can't keep up. I don't know where the second one come from. So I get why people think it's just the same person.
Yeah.
There's two
right.
in there. I don't know why.
Allegedly, I
He
mean,
was
first of
busy.
all, Karen, I honestly, in my heart, believe that Karen is the woman who hears a lot of stuff. I believe that she heard it, read it in the blog. Because, by the way, there is somebody. I think it was the Jasmine brand that
Mm-hmm.
actually reported this in real time. By the
Yeah.
way,
We
because
have the receipts. We just didn't
yeah,
post them, but we
we
do
just
have
didn't
them.
post them.
Yeah.
That lady been wanting to, although she ain't clearly came out,
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
lady has been wanting to put this information out for a minute. It ain't
Yeah.
no been wanting to. She has.
She has.
She
I,
has.
I can't
She
believe she
has.
didn't reach out to the other people, just Giselle and Robyn. I'm shocked she didn't go to everybody. Because that's
Well, we
what,
don't know if she did or didn't.
well, they act like they didn't know. They all saying they didn't know.
Oh yeah, Candiace did.
Candiace
Candiace
said
did.
she didn't know.
Wendy didn't know.
Wendy said that she heard about the Georgetown lady, but not this
I
lady.
wanted to ask him so bad from Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, Karen kept talking about. I was like, "Where you heard about this woman from?" But yeah, that lady in the hotel, that was actually out a while ago. It just didn't pick up.
Yeah.
One could
He
make
didn't seem to
public.
care when she was depressed. And I remember him saying, "Robyn, get out the bed, get out the bed." And she's like, "Well, I'm depressed." And at that time, I would have been like, "I'm depressed because of yo, blah, blah, blah." But she didn't. So we just gonna let her go with that.
Yeah. But
But
I'm not mad at her as a wife. If I had decided to leave him, I'm setting you out. You get it all. I could not, in good conscience, set my man out and I'm still with him. It doesn't make
let's talk
sense
about
to
that.
me. It just
So do y'all think on Watch What Happens Live she was defending him? I think that she was trying to make us think she believed him. Do you think she believes
I
the
don't
story?
think she was defending him. I believe that let's be honest. Okay, let's keep it real.
100.
The story is ridiculous on his face. I
Please.
love me some Robyn.
Me
But
too.
look, I ain't mad at you because sometimes you gotta pretend like that. Look, or it could be a situation where he told her the real and she don't want to tell the real. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the reality is, imagine, I don't know if he would do this, but men are so stupid. Imagine him saying, "You wasn't getting up out the bed, you was depressed, you was doing, I needed some attention." Because if you listen to the words that she says, she's kind of sort of saying it. Because I listen to stuff that women, what they saying.
Yes,
Juan likes attention. He needs it.
He needed it.
And she said it. She talks about, particularly on the blog with Giselle, she talks about that a little bit.
On the
Juan needs
podcast,
attention. He's that guy. He's that guy. But so when you got a guy like that, as a woman, sometimes you got to be extra. And that's hard to be extra all the time. That's a tough job.
And she talked about how the athletes, they need crave because they're so used to attention when they're playing. So when they're not anymore, they still crave this attention constantly. And that is what he was doing. But I feel like if he do it again, you better learn this time, Juan. Okay?
I,
This
I,
time.
I look.
This time.
I am a person that believes that when you married, you married. When you not, you not.
So they
What
weren't
you
married at
do,
the time.
they wasn't married at the time, and I have to take it on the sleeve. It could be a learning lesson, and even when I think about the conversations Giselle was having that were really, really harsh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering were these clues because Giselle. I thought her conversation was really harsh when she was like, "You got to get out the bed." When your man is telling you so, I was like, "Who
We were
tells
mad at her, remember? We were
woman
like,
that?"
come
And
on.
I'm like, everybody know I stays for Giselle, but I was saying, who tells a woman that? But if you know that your friend's husband is cheating on her and she want to fight for a
Mm-hmm.
marriage, you do have to tell your. I have overanalyzed
Yeah.
this freaking show, and I do wonder, is that why she was being so harsh with him? Because she
So
said Giselle knew in real time.
yeah, Giselle, the lady contacted Giselle first.
No, but
Actually.
even before that, she said
What?
Giselle already knew.
But she knew because the lady contacted her.
No, she knew in real time
How did
when
she
they
know in
were
real time?
because when Robyn found out, she told Giselle.
Right. They contacted both of them at the same time.
That's not when Robyn already knew.
Oh, you think Robyn knew before that?
Yes,
Oh Lord.
Juan had already told her.
Well, Juan had told her some things.
No, the lady had been contacting Robyn first, and you
But
kind of
Juan
get the
told her
impression
some
that they.
things. He didn't tell her everything in the
Well,
beginning.
I'm just saying the lady had been contacting Robyn personally.
Yeah.
So this lady has been wanting, she's trying to get something out of them.
Absolutely.
So I mean, whoever this chick is kind of low key. She sound nuts. But let's talk about the show.
Yeah, because I don't want to give her too much. I was about to say I don't want to give her too much attention. And also, one last thing, I feel like everybody's mad at Robyn. And I know the last thing I put Juan was trifling. Everybody was like, take it down. I did not. Because Robyn getting all the smoke. Juan ain't getting none. And he going to get some smoke from us a little bit. Because it's not fair that she got to take all this on her own. Yeah. He did some stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody's mad at her. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. She said, oh, we already talked about we didn't believe it. You late, girl. Why you late? We don't believe it.
Nobody believes it.
Yeah, nobody
believes it is what it is. But I just said, when I was watching it, I was like, y'all know how I am about if you're going to be with your man, you cover him. I was like, she holding this with her head up high. Like, I get it. I have never been in that scandal. In my head, I think I can handle it right.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been in a situation where you even, you know what I'm saying? Where you're amongst your friends, you got to hold your head high when you know people are looking at you like you crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's hard when you're going through something. You still got to get up.
Yeah.
Go to work. Do your job. Take care of your family. And cry when you get home in the bed. I mean, that's basically what she was doing, I'm sure.
And I just couldn't imagine reliving this on camera. So that's why I'm not mad at her.
And it trips me out because people mad because they didn't get to criticize her.
That's literally
so freaking mad that they didn't.
They are mad that y'all didn't get this scandal play out. Like that's literally what they're mad at.
They're mad about it. And I want y'all to know, chatter up. All of us said Robyn was married, and nobody believed us.
I thought,
but we said it, and I told y'all she didn't really want to show her wedding because y'all was gonna criticize her wedding, but she showed it anyway. So let's go ahead and talk about the episode. What do y'all think about Ashley's crazy? Well, I'm not gonna say she's crazy, but to me, she's crazy. Going 50-50 on a house with her ex-husband. Who would you do that? Because I have a question. Can he put her out?
No, if her name is on.
Can he say she can't have another man in the house? Can he go in there?
That would be the issue for me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That would be the issue for me. But I ain't mad at her for financial reasons because this is literally assigned to his LLC. So he ain't going to go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to mess up his good name and credit. The house note is going to be paid. She already made clear that she won't get alimony.
Alimony.
That was part of the. So if he's gonna be paying the mortgage,
and I'm sure she's getting child
would
support.
that take away from child support?
See, I don't know. That's why I was gonna ask y'all. Do y'all think that she's getting? I know she should be getting child support. On the reunion, we believe there was a clip saying that she's not getting alimony. We're not. I don't know if something's gonna change, but I know everybody was like, "Did you sign that?"
That's not out of the norm to take out alimony, because I read Simon's when Portia, when Simon and
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Yeah, she didn't get.
His prenup was cold blooded.
It was awful. I was mad.
It was cold blooded. It was.
Did
so
she get $200? Like she got $250. Like,
no, she did, but she got $50,000 for each year.
$250.
And their only asset during their 2-year marriage was the house.
The house.
So they sold the house, and whatever they made, they split that in half. But I remember Simon saying that she had money anyway. So.
Yeah, she has money. But do you think Ashley has money? Let's think about that.
I mean, Ashley has made, even if, I mean, just on the low end, and this is just
I would say no.
With nothing, Ashley at least makes $350,000 a year with Bravo.
Right.
I mean, that's on the low end.
I think she probably makes more.
I'm sure she does, but I'm just saying on the low end, she's making $300,000 a year. So if you've been making that for the last now 6-7 seasons, you've made a considerable amount of money.
Unless but has it been used to run their? Was the first few years used to pay for that restaurant that failed?
No, I think that was all him, because she kept saying, if you do this and you do this, take away the money from my restaurant, I'm leaving you. So that was not her money. Y'all remember they was arguing in our parking lot?
She did.
I remember her arguing saying, if you close it, I'm leaving you. I didn't really hear the part about the money. But
how can he close it if she's paying for it? There's no way. Not to me anyway. You can't close when I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that he paid for that restaurant. If she saved her money, she should have some money.
Yeah. That house, and I looked it up, a $13,000 mortgage on
That's
today's
ridiculous.
rates, which is around 6%. That has you at about a $2.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure Ashley has made money. Ashley I don't know if she does it now, but I know she used to do like scenes and what do you call hosting?
Like Lord, what do you say when you go out?
Hosting.
She's still hosting. She's hosting a drag show right now.
Yeah.
So they
get paid for that kind of stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying. So it's current.
But it seems like she does less than other people on the show as far as her outside stuff. It seems like
I think now, but I know she used to do other stuff before she had kids, before she got them boys.
I don't know. Okay. I just hope she got her coins. All right, so let's see.
If Ashley is halfway as smart as we think she might be, and Ashley don't seem like no dummy to me, although she's doing some dummy stuff, Ashley been securing, she does do, like, I kind of get why she gets the LLC, but it's still a dummy move.
I just think, go ahead, Callie.
I just wonder what she was thinking when we saw the 2 episodes where she had the prenup upgraded. I believe he allowed her to think that she was doing a lot more than she was doing, and she was stupid enough to fall for it. And I used to think, wow, I mean, he's giving her a lot of control. All he did was
extend it for 2 years.
He extended it for 5 years, and she waited.
He also added more in there for if he cheated.
But
they added more money to the prenup as a result of that.
Okay. But did she not get any?
So I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Let's wait to the reunion, because it could be she did get some. I don't know. The reunion just did a
clip. Gonna get look, it's a couple things you can't negotiate. She's gonna get a settlement because she will get a portion of his earnings, and one of his earnings, don't forget, is the Watergate Hotel.
Right.
Like,
Michael, she got some of the settlement already when they separated.
I'm just saying.
But the Watergate Hotel was before they were together.
No, they wasn't. They sold that since they were married.
Because
I
when
don't
they
know. I
went
don't
there
remember.
for lunch, or went dinner, whatever that was, they were talking about how he used to own that, and
But
made it
They
seem like it
did.
was before they were together. You
huh,
think it was after? Okay.
I
I
don't
can
remember.
I
Okay,
can
let's move
find
on.
the date. I
So
can
let's talk
find the
about
date.
Karen being mad at Mia because she
Mm.
didn't defend her. Does Karen
Yeah.
ever defend Mia?
No, she doesn't. No. So Karen, I'm over her.
Karen don't defend nobody or nothing.
Mm-mm.
So why was she mad at Mia for not? Should Mia have defended her? That's the question I'm gonna
Well,
ask.
she
She
is the
don't
grand
even
dame.
she don't even defend herself.
Mia don't.
Karen don't know. Or Karen. Karen don't defend herself either.
Karen does not. Karen deflects. She doesn't
Yeah.
admit or deny. She deflects. So I'm sitting
Oh, it
here
was in
like,
2010, so I don't think they was married back then.
yeah, I think it was before, but I
Yeah.
still think he's had that. Didn't he get like a high rise building while they were married? I mean, he's done a lot of properties, so she should get some of that money plus child support and the mortgage.
So she
Oh,
don't.
Mm.
I mean, I think
I'm
the
so
baby
sorry.
is what too. She'll have child support for. I mean, if you paying my mortgage and child support, and you ain't trying to control who coming up in and out of here, we
I'll be
good.
fine.
I wonder
I,
if he's really not trying to control who comes up and in and out of there.
well, I think he's trying to play her because you remember, and I'm gonna send the link out in a sec. Do you remember when he was like, I'm not dating anybody. I don't want you to date anybody. And I think that's when she kind of ended things with Luke. And then Chris, who's not employed anymore at the hotel, but we're gonna talk about that in a little while, told her that he saw him with a girl. So I think he's trying to play her so that she doesn't date. But he still, even though they're not together, want to have his cake and eat it too and make her be at home with the two boys doing nothing, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
That's where it's tricky about her having it in his name, because that's going to be a thorn in her behind. If and I my aunt taught me this. My aunt and uncle got divorced. I was probably about 14 years old. Melanie Hope did the same thing with Martell. She literally got a whole nother house so Martell couldn't walk around like he was familiar with it. That's a cold-blooded statement for a woman. Because my aunt, I remember when they divorced, she moved out of house. And every time I used to come visit, because I used to live in Alabama, why are you always in another house? She said, because my uncle would come through the house. He bought that house. So in a
Ah,
divorce, she got it, and he felt like he could roam around. So after their divorce, she was like, no, dude, you need to be in the front door.
yeah. So he can roam around though, because he on
Yeah,
half
and
of it, right?
that's the issue.
Woo,
Can he roam around?
he
Like,
can.
unless I give you permission and the boy, one of the baby is asleep and you want to go lay the baby
What are you
down,
talking about, La?
but you should not be able to roam around. He should not be able to roam around her whole house.
I think he can though, because he own 50% of it. And
That's
he's probably on the deed and all that. Poor thing.
yeah, that's
But we love I like you, Ashley. Okay, let's talk about Robyn's parents and all that stuff. Guy and what's her name? Girl. I thought they looked cute. Were y'all upset that her parents were not going to be what happened
No.
to the news? Okay, I'll look at that.
I
Not
mean,
going to be at the
people
wedding.
elope all the time. People go to the courthouse to get married, and they don't have their whole family with them.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, people don't do that all the time. I just don't understand why it was such a big deal to people. People elope and nobody's there, but they did want to have a ceremony because it was important to her boys. I like Robyn said she wanted to get married because their son at one point went to them, remember, and said, y'all not married? They thought that their parents were married.
I
They're not
yeah.
married?
No, when he was
Wait a minute, you
little,
mean their sons thought they were married?
yes.
Because they lived
Oh.
together for
They
so
lived
long.
together,
They never
and
really
they
split up.
somebody must have said something to him, and he came home. He was like, "Mama, y'all not married?" He
So
thought
what do
that
y'all
they
think
were
about the
married.
wedding? Were y'all shocked to see the well, no, we should have been shocked, right? But somebody, who do you think leaked it? It had to be somebody at the reunion, right?
I think they did.
I don't know who leaked it, but it was beautiful. I loved it.
Did y'all get a cry angle? I need a cry angle.
Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't.
I,
I didn't get a cry angle, but I
Oh, I
cried
need it.
through that whole thing.
It was just, I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was very good. It was very cute.
I
I
was
loved
like,
it.
Candiace, how do I do this thing? Do you do like,
I did. No, that's not the triangle.
You
well,
know
I
what?
don't know how to do it, D. Okay, I
It's
haven't practiced.
actually a triangle.
Okay, I don't know how to make it. Okay,
Well,
but
when
yeah,
I saw it, honey, I was like, "Oh, okay, scroll
you
past."
didn't cry, D.
For what? Hell, we all know one don't want to be with her. What am I getting all? Oh my god, this is the happiest day ever.
D.
When we all know he with her because of them damn kids ain't grown yet.
But he
Well,
don't have
here's
to
the
be with her
deal.
because of no
Those
kids.
those kids are teenagers. They will be out of the house in a
I
very
don't
few
think that
short
it's
years.
just
So
about
they
that.
could
I
have
think
stayed
that
I
apart.
mean, he said that, so
that's
They
not
could
what
have
No,
he
he
stayed
said.
said
apart.
that a long time
And he
ago.
said that
girl,
5 years
that was
ago.
within the last like 2 years. That was
It was
like
It
5
was
years
season.
ago.
not,
That was
D.
like
That was
season
They
season
lived in
five.
two.
that
5
little
years
That
ago.
was
townhouse at that point.
season two.
Right.
That-
They lived in the townhouse. We on season
Yeah, it
7.
was season two. I know it was
No,
season two because I just
Demisio.
recently watched it. But if
It
y'all
was yeah.
listen, she said that from the beginning that they were in two households, they were broke, and that they were having issues with the kids, so they just decided to move back in.
Right.
I didn't even know they were sleeping together until like season 3. It seemed like when Andy flat out asked him, "Y'all sleep in the same bed?"
Mm-hmm. That's why the kids was
I
confused.
didn't even know if they slept in the same bed.
So
you think that man was sleeping? Well, I ain't gonna say that they don't have.
I mean, I know somebody right now. It happened. I know somebody who was separated the whole time during COVID together.
they were separated together. Is
Together.
that oxymoron or what?
It was a word to say together. I'm telling you the whole time.
Separated together. So D, why did you not cry?
Because I mean, I don't care for Robyn. I don't care. I just don't. I don't care.
So you
I don't
did
feel
the
like their relationship.
montage of them
I just
going
feel like their
back.
relationship is a convenience for each other. I don't feel like they in love. So no, I
I
didn't.
definitely think he is. One also that same season 3. I love when Juan said, "You remember so and so, so and so?" She said so and so, and he
The
said,
movie. Do you remember the first movie?
He said, "Of course, I
Mhm.
love my life."
Yeah.
He said, "You remember that?" He said, "I love my life."
But
I
you
mean,
have
there
to,
is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
let's be
don't see.
honest, D.
those things mean, but I'm a person, my love language is affirmation. So that
If
would
she's the
mean
one
more to
making
me
the
than
most, if she's
anything.
the one making the most of the money, she really doesn't need to stay with him for convenience.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
don't
She's bringing
money
in
it
money.
has really nothing to do with it.
so what's to
Money
do with
has
it then?
everything to do with it.
I mean,
What
I
would be the
guess
convenience?
if you're a materialistic
That's how
person,
they got in the situation. They said they got broke
I
and
don't
they
think I
divorced.
think
And
probably
They found a
together
way.
they probably make a very nice, they probably make a $700,000 in their house a year. At least.
I'm at the same. Okay, so another thing. They've
how
been
much?
together
Wait,
since
how much you say, Joy?
1996, y'all.
At least
Right?
700,000, because you can Google Juan's. You can literally Google
Yeah,
a
he's
person's
public. It's
salary.
public
He
knowledge what
makes
he makes.
$300,000 a year. Robyn at least makes anywhere between 3 and 400
Yeah, the
400,000.
same. The
So
same.
together that's $700,000.
Glow. People, I cared. I cried. Y'all know y'all care. But okay, so you have to think about this.
I really
Juan
didn't.
and Robyn have been together since 1996. Robyn's parents practically raised Juan.
His
They
parents
have a
died when he was
bond
what,
like no
15?
other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know a lot of people that's been together for years the same way, and it's not like they're like still in love or anything. It's just it ain't been together so long. It's no point in breaking up and starting over if they big grown age.
So it's cheaper to keep
I
her?
don't think so.
Well, I don't know if it's cheaper
Yeah.
to keep her. Maybe cheaper
Well, I
to
won't
keep
say cheaper to keep, but it's like when you've been with a person for so long, and hell, I'm young, and I was with a guy all throughout high school, and I didn't want to break
right.
up with him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on the type of person you is. I'm the type of person, I don't give a damn how long we've been together. If I'm not happy or I want to be with somebody else, I'm gonna leave. But everybody isn't like that. Some people don't want to start over. These
So they
people
want
are
to
in,
settle. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
these
They
people
get
are in there.
complacent.
Robyn them
And
are
we
like,
talk
how
about
old
the
one is?
episode.
Yeah, we
How old
about to.
one is? How old
But
is
y'all
one?
know we got to talk. I love Juan and Robyn.
How
So
old is one?
I don't know. They met in 1996. They had to be in college, right?
They're
Because I
probably
know
in their
Robin's like what 40 something.
40s,
They were in high
42
school.
maybe.
Robyn is older than Juan. I think he was
She's
15
43.
and she was 16.
Okay.
And his father, they probably dated a little bit. His family was killed, and he even lived with them for a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean,
So,
they've
Yeah,
been
that's why I said
together
they
for
raised him.
they've been
so
together
which
for that
tells,
long. Why would they want to start over at 50? I know that has to be probably
I
one of
don't
the
think that
worst
it's just that
things
because he
ever.
divorced her.
But they're just 43. That's not old. Like
I'm
you,
not
you
saying that it's old, but they've lived their life though.
you
Like,
can start over at 40. Look at Janet Jackson. Okay, she just got a millionaire at 50.
I mean, they were even talking about having another kid. So, they
But
be
anyway,
starting
okay, so
over if
let's
they
talk
had another
about
kid.
Mia. The Mia of it
And
all.
why
Did
would he
Mia
want
go
another
from?
kid with her if he didn't live with her, D?
I think so.
That's what I'm
If he
saying.
didn't love her, I mean.
He loves
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, he
I
I
think
didn't
does.
say he
people
didn't
want to.
love her. I
I
didn't say he
think
didn't love her.
people really, it's an unfortunate reality that people can literally cheat on you but still love you. That is an unfortunate
Yeah,
conversation that's
I
hard for
never said he
many
didn't
people to
love her.
swallow.
I just said
Can we move on and talk
Okay,
about this
I have one more
episode?
question. I was trying to, but y'all kept talking. But I have one more question that y'all said that. What about the prenup without the infidelity clause?
I mean,
What
it
do you
should
think
be
about
in there
that?
because that would end
Well,
the marriage.
it wasn't needed at that time. So, what's your
When they
question
first
about
got
it?
married.
No, this time because they did again, but it doesn't have the infidelity clause in it.
I mean, I understood where she was coming from. That's what ended the marriage the first time.
Wait a minute.
So
She said it did not have one?
it does not. No, she didn't want to do it because she might get her lick back, and so it might hurt her. That was her reasoning. So I don't know. I think you should have put it in there. So let's talk about
Me
Mia.
too.
Did Mia go from cancer, leukemia, lymphoma to a rash? What do y'all think?
She never said she had
That's
cancer,
exactly
She
what
never
leukemia, or
said
she.
lymphoma.
cancer.
Those were
Huh?
things that were tested.
It started with cancer.
Wait, she never said that.
She didn't.
Jesus
What did she
Christ.
say, D? Tell us what she said.
They just assumed that because she said she had a cancer scare, but I mean that's what it was though. It was cancer scare. When you go to the doctor, that's what they tell you. I've had a cyst in my foot before. When they removed it, they ran tests and stuff on it before they actually removed it because they said it could be cancerous. They tell you that. And that's what she put it. Like, I mean, they're just nosy and just extra.
So the first time she changed it. So are you saying that why did she change it though if she didn't? Because she had to
Maybe
clarify.
she probably found out that it wasn't, so she went back and changed it once she got the
Okay.
results. Maybe.
So she never had cancer. She just had a
Yeah,
rash.
it was just probably a cancerous scare because when you have those lumps, like I said, that's what they told me when I was like 15. It was my sophomore year of high school, and I was having foot pain and stuff like that, and you could see the lump in my foot. And when I went to the doctor and they did, they was like, we have to run some tests and all of that to make sure that it's not that because it very well could be that. And I was scared as hell because when you hear something like that is like, oh my God.
So didn't somebody, I can't remember, but then they say this happened to one of the Keisha Coles, like all the surgeries that she had made her start having all those lumps.
That was K Michelle.
K Michelle. Okay. Do y'all think that kind of played a part in it or?
But I mean, it could have still been the same thing because if you got a lump, they can't look at it on the outside and say, yeah, that's because you had booty injections.
Right.
19. So it would still be the same situation. We got to test this, see if it's cancer. It would be, I would imagine, the same process.
So then why did she do the quote unquote
the
disease?
The disease. No, it was the disease.
The disease, yeah.
I think at that time frame she truly did know, so that was like the only thing that she could come up with because she didn't know. I feel like she hadn't got the results back, so she didn't know what to really tell them. Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, see, so Tori said you ain't being factual. You can come on the
panel. Let's talk about the episode. Can we please?
Part of the episode. What y'all talking about? Okay. So what do you think about Giselle and her daughter's conversation?
That was the funniest conversation.
That's probably the only good thing there is about Giselle. Her daughter's sitting there looking like, oh my God. They just be like, every time they with her, I just be like, child, even her kids be
That's
knowing.
not true. You
What
don't
she
have
did.
kids. You
Definitely
don't know
not
how
true.
kids act. They love their mom. You have
I
to
did not
follow
say that they
them,
did not love her.
but they don't act like that. Like they
Mhm.
don't. They like, oh, I'm tired of you. That they have a very close family, so I don't want people to act like her
Grace
daughters
looks
don't like
just
her.
like Giselle too,
We
and it's
can see
funny that
that. That's the only good part about her kids that I want to see, anyways. The only
So it don't
interesting
matter
part about
even if she
her.
tried to show you more, you don't want to see it. Is that what you're saying?
No, not really, but I do like her interactions with her daughters.
Okay, so then why people mad that she don't show more when you don't even want to see it?
I mean, I don't really. She could go if it was up to me. I
Why?
ain't mad at her showing more or less. I don't like her regardless. So
So you don't like her. Who do you like then?
to be honest with you, I really don't really kind of like none of them to say that I'm just like a fave. I mean, if I had to say, it would probably be like I said, with Karen, maybe Wendy, but I really don't just not like a mega fan of really none of them.
Why you watch the show?
That's what I was gonna say. Why do people watch if they don't like people? Like
I
anybody?
mean, the show is entertaining. You don't have to be like a mega fan of somebody. Like I don't stand anybody on that cast,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
but you
Like
don't like a lot of them.
yeah, it's some of them that I don't like, and there's some of them I am okay with, but I don't like on Atlanta. I stand Kenya. That's my
Me too.
girl.
I
I
love
will
Kenya.
argue with you about Kenya, but that's just what it is.
Well, we ain't gonna. I already had this. I don't know how people who like Kenya don't like Giselle because they the same person. We ain't gonna go into that today.
Because Kenya's just, I don't know. I guess Kenya's just more quick witted. In as far as like she's more entertaining. Like Giselle just sits there and looks dumb. Kenya's gonna argue with you. She's gonna give you a show. That's the difference
I
between
feel
two
like
of
I'm
them.
gonna say this and we're gonna move on. I feel like if Giselle would say something like, Karen, well, your face is plastic, you talking about my ankles, people would
Yes,
drag her. People would
yes.
drag her even more, saying, "Oh, she talking about an old lady," or "Oh, she
I
talking
would
about
I
somebody's
would
face."
rather her
Like
do that than
whatever she
yeah.
does, people are gonna say something about it. So she kind of just
I like that she's probably this is how I gathered that about her because she's so messy. You would think that somebody as messy as she is would be able to clap back. But this is what I really do believe. Not only do I think she sees this as a job, but I also think that deep down, that's not really her because Giselle does not like being confronted. Messy people are they're
like
prepared
Phaedra,
for you to
right?
come back. And
Yeah.
so she's just doing a job. Now she will try to explain herself. Sometimes she does it terribly, but when she's calm, if you listen to her, it makes sense at the end. That's just how I see Giselle. She is messy. I think she's quirky. She's trying to entertain us. Sometimes she says things that she shouldn't. She calls it hot sauce. Sometimes it muddies the conversations. But I mean, like with Chris, for example, had she not mentioned that Chris is a sneaky link, the I think the conversation would be a little bit less suggesting that Chris tried to go after her. Because
Absolutely.
that's their argument always. Because if you listen to the gist of what she said, she's not saying anything.
So y'all, I want you and him to argue about this. We're not gonna keep on talking about that part. But because D and Joy will go in on that one. So let's talk about Candiace's grill and what was it, the video release?
Okay, but before we talk about that, I just want to add on to what Joe was saying. I can
Oh,
definitely see that about Giselle, what you said. I can see that because many people have said the same thing about Kenya. They was like, she don't act like that outside of the show.
she doesn't, yeah.
Several people have said that. Like people that's been into it with Kenya. Because her and Eva couldn't stand each other. And Eva even said like, she's like, the Kenya you see on the show is not the Kenya in real life.
It's
Yeah,
possible.
they're friends now. And Shamia
I
too.
mean,
They're like all good friends.
yeah, I don't have a problem. I really don't have an issue with that. I just don't. I don't know why I don't like my daughter swears that Kenya and Giselle are the same person.
They are the same person.
And she said, I don't know. She said Kenya should really be your best. And I guess I haven't looked through Atlanta Housewives like that through those lenses yet. So maybe next season y'all keep reminding because they stand for Kenya. I
They
can't
are the
stand.
same person.
Look,
in
they
context.
Same
stand
with you, D. They the same person, D. You
right,
should
and
feel
I
the same
can't
way.
stand her. But my
No.
daughter keeps saying
No.
it. She says they sit in the same. She said, "How can you not like Giselle? I mean, how do you like Giselle and not Kenya?" Kenya, I think my issue with Kenya goes back to a moral issue that I couldn't get over, and that was how she kind of taunted with Phaedra. It's something about a woman.
Phaedra taunts people all the time too.
No.
All the time. I never
That's because
understood.
y'all have favorites.
It wasn't about it wasn't about talking about her. It was a weakness. And you know, your man kind of got a crush on me. Or your man kind of having an interest in me, so I'm a dig it on in. Don't talk to my husband. I'm gonna go talk to him anyway. You know,
but she talked about Kenya's infertility issues. That was her weakness.
I'm not arguing about it was, but that was personal. Well, her wound was personal, but if that was personal, that dug into Phaedra because she couldn't control it. I could see it. Because I mean, Phaedra likes to control everything. That's why her scenes used to be so funny because she would try to control narratives. Right. But Apollo, you couldn't control him. He was a hothead. Anyway, we need to talk about.
Let's move on. So what do y'all think about the video?
Before we move on, I wanted to say, Wendy, that scene of Wendy and Karen when they were on the phone, they weren't really talking about much. They were just talking about what they heard was said at the bachelor party. Wendy looked so pretty in that gold against her skin. That face was beat to the gods. She looked so pretty. And I don't know why she wear her wig down too low. But yeah.
You know why?
Well, she got Jermaine Jackson sideburns. She gotta wear low.
I mean, why she wear her wigs down so far?
Because her sideburns are like that. You gotta meet them. They gotta meet, right? No?
I mean, it's obviously like down low.
But it's because of her sideburns. I think, D, I don't know.
It's like it go all the way over here.
Let's kind of talk about that. Do you think that the finale really showed Wendy that much at all? Or what do y'all think?
I mean, I think they showed who they were supposed to show.
So do you think Wendy's in trouble, or you think everybody's coming back?
No, I don't.
I told you that girl is making herself.
I don't think she's in trouble. I just think that they paid more attention to the important stuff. Wendy didn't really have nothing going on that would have required them to just focus on her at this point.
Yes, they did. Mia talking about she licked her cookie. They could have focused on that.
Important. That is not important. What they did when they got drunk is
it is like
it's not. I don't care about that. I was more interested in what they showed, which was the drama between Ashley, Chris, Giselle, and Candiace.
But you can't stand them, so why you want to see them?
Because that's the drama. It's drama. It's drama.
So then you need them.
I like Candiace a whole lot more than I like Ashley and Giselle now.
Okay, but they bring the drama. So do you want to see the drama or not? Because if you like Wendy, then you would want her to be focused on more and would have cared about what she had going on. But she was not a part of the drama,
so it wasn't really a requirement for her to just be all up in the scenes. Like, it ain't have nothing to do with her. So, like, I mean, I'm not in denial, but I mean, it's not. Really it doesn't mean that her job is on the line. Okay, so are we going to say about Robyn?
She turned into Karen this year.
She wasn't important to what was going on. Nobody was really talking about Robyn at the end of this on this finale. It's her coming back up.
We talked about the wedding. That was very important.
I mean, I guess.
Andy did a whole sit down with her. That's why he scheduled it.
Lied. It ain't because it was important. It's because she lied.
No. Did you watch What Happened Live? The first thing he said was, Robyn, I initially scheduled you because I want to talk about your wedding. But then this happened. So now we have to talk about this. So he didn't even know about that at the time when he scheduled her to be on there. So that's not true, D. If you watch What Happened, he wants to talk about the wedding.
I'm talking about.
You have to watch What Happens Live. So Callie's back. Let's talk about since y'all don't care about Wendy and what was happening with her box. Let's talk about
what box? What I missed?
I mean, what
okay, Callie, I asked a question.
Before y'all get started about that, can we talk about what Chris and Candiace said in their confessionals?
Well, let me catch Callie. Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
No, go
That'd
on.
be nice to catch up. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
All right, Dory.
Go, Joy.
No, go on and catch up. Now y'all done made me feel bad. Go on.
No, go on.
I don't even know what I was saying.
You're talking about Chris and Candiace confessional.
Oh, I thought y'all was going to talk about Mia before we got that far. That's why I mentioned, because that was recorded.
And I just don't feel like that was like important. They got drunk and maybe had some touchy feely shit going on. Okay, whatever.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I was talking about that Candiace, and I was tripping off of Candiace and Chris when he said something to the effect of he didn't apologize, which tells me, when did this apology come? Because Giselle claimed she got it, and Chris said that he wished that he hadn't apologized, so he did.
He did apologize.
Yes, and he's saying in the confessional, I'm standing on I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm thinking, he's not accused of really doing anything wrong. I am so confused why this completely goes over his unrefined.
Why we gotta keep
Kelly.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this one more time. It's not Giselle and the uncomfortable. It's them saying, because he commented back to me, them saying that he touched somebody that he's upset about. And
he shouldn't even have to explain himself.
Yeah, because even going back to the Giselle thing, regardless of the touching somebody thing, I mean, that was still something to be mad about, because she definitely And my whole thing is,
she said
why
he didn't say or do
why
anything.
we gotta keep doing this, y'all? That's why we trying to get away from it.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Why did she agree to meet with him in the room if she was gonna do all of that? I just don't understand.
You know, I like Giselle. I like Rob. I like Ken. I mean, I have my favorites, and Karen ain't one of them and all, but Giselle really disappointed me this season with that. I mean, I am really irritated. That's when, maybe you shouldn't watch these shows if you really get irritated, because I really do. You can't I need to be able to trust when a woman says they have been violated. I believe that. And so any little thing you put out,
say she was violated.
Joy, what she did say is there was something made her uncomfortable. There was something in her, or whatever. All of that routes back to something it all routes back to something inappropriate. No matter what word you want to use, to her, she was uncomfortable.
She's literally
he must have done something to make her feel that way. So if it was really nothing, then she should have shut up. She should have not brought any of that. We can't lie on these men. You're going to have women out there that are scared to report what really happens. I mean, we can't have that. I'm serious. We can't have that.
She was uncomfortable because the door was closed. She's already said that's why. I get that. But I don't think she said he did anything to her.
She specifically said he didn't say or do anything inappropriate. That's exactly a quote.
Then why are we talking about it?
It exactly quote that. He still implied that he was being a fucking creep.
Thank you.
That's not. How do y'all?
Oh my God. I don't. Why is he so mad then, Joy? Why is he so upset if it's not?
He never had a conversation with Giselle either. He's anything that he got or energy he has, he's getting it from his wife.
No, he's getting it from what Giselle said.
Giselle and he never had a conversation.
Don't have to have a conversation.
So he don't watch TV. He didn't.
You're talking about.
I done told y'all it's not the Giselle thing, and y'all still want to say it is.
But that's what started it.
That's how we got here, though.
That's how we got here.
It's hard to move on until you can address why you got here.
It escalated with the touching thing. The Giselle thing already had it mad.
They both have a right to feel how they want to feel. She has the right to feel uncomfortable.
But
he has the right to feel mad.
You sure do.
Uncomfortable with the door being closed. She should have left it there instead of adding that extra stuff on to make it seem like he was trying to be a creep. She should have,
especially when you added on to other people.
She literally
added
said
on, and then it has to become a hear me back to him.
She did say that.
Pick up the phone and call Candiace and call Chris together. Don't wait and go gossip about it. That's some BS.
I agree with that. She should not have brought on the show.
Be able to trust what is said. about something like that. We're not just talking about you picked out an ugly bra for $100, La Perla.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is serious. That ain't even cute.
It is. And she should have just left it. I was uncomfortable because I was in the room with him with the door
With
closed.
the door closed. I agree with that.
Like that. She tried to make it seem like he was a creep.
That's literally what she told Candiace.
I'm with you, pretty darling.
And when they met up again,
Callie, can you tell him to stop?
She literally said that.
Child, girl, bye.
Callie.
Yeah, bye, Joy.
We gotta
all
keep
right,
doing this, Callie.
Okay, yeah, no, we're not.
Like,
I mean,
I'm like Nene Leaf. I'm just tired. I'm really, really tired. That woman.
Wait a minute.
Where is your scooter?
That woman. That woman sat up there and said basically he purposely waited till her makeup artist was not in the room to come in there.
Thank you.
She did not say that. She said that he knew. I'm gonna tell you what he said. It was still wrong. Let me say what I'm saying. She said that he knew that Cal and the makeup artist had left because they passed him and told him bye. She did not say he purposely waited.
That's basically implying that though, like,
No, it's not. I mean, it's still bad what she said, but that's not. Now you add extra sauce.
No, that's kind of like
it's still bad.
That's
but that's not what she said.
That's still like basically implying like, oh, you know, he still came even though he knew that I was alone. Like that's basically what she said.
That's different than what you said though.
That's implying like she's basically insinuating.
She didn't imply it. She said it. That wasn't an implication. She actually said he passed them and said bye. That's not an implication. She showed what happened. An implication is saying, "Oh, I think this happened."
Can I ask?
Go ahead. We thought you forgot about us, but go ahead.
No, my algorithm gets messed up, and sometimes the people I watch, even if I watch you a lot, sometimes YouTube just makes them disappear from my algorithm, and then I like forget and have to go find you all again manually.
Oh, she didn't forgot us.
Callie put out a message to you. I don't think you saw it, but go ahead.
I sure did. So
I follow you on Instagram, Twitter.
Chris, what was I going to say? Oh God, Chris. Okay, did he lose his job at the hotel because of this situation? I need some facts. He did not. Why is he no longer there? And how do you know?
Because he don't want. He wants to be her assistant.
No, I mean, but did he say that? I mean, I'm trying to get to the.
This is a pattern, okay? Well, this is a pattern of him and working and not working and.
Well, that's fine. But what has he said?
Jamal can still be on the pulpit.
He said that in the preview of the trailer. He said he lost clients and all of that because of this.
Right.
So let me say this. He wasn't doing a good job because production played the part in showing that everybody lied on him. So therefore, if his job didn't believe it
doesn't
have some inappropriate stuff, like you just ain't gonna fire this man.
You have to understand how
he got fired.
That's not how that works, though.
Thank you.
I mean, you have to
that's what happened.
Let me say this.
And I can't yell out.
Did he get fired?
Wait a minute, y'all. Chris kind of brought this on himself, and I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, Joy.
When the situation happened in real time, Chris is the one that tweeted it. He started the conversation.
He's at fault for being upset about someone talking about him.
Wait a minute.
Will get you
y'all go.
We were gonna see it anyway.
All I'm saying is, in real time, he's the one that leaked it to us, which started the conversation, and which allowed us for 6 months to have this conversation before it aired. So people were kind of saying things months before production could do what it needed to do.
So what does that mean, though? Why are you telling us that?
What I'm saying is, had he shut his mouth, we would have watched it play out.
Okay.
What difference does it make?
Even if he would have shut his mouth, talking about it.
I just joined because I think that sounds absolutely insane.
Thank you. It really does.
To be like a person
who started this. He's not working. Is that what y'all saying?
Well, I can't do that because I don't know what, because I know he's on another podcast with like these two white guys, and I think though he resigned. I don't think he got fired. I think for this one he did resign, but he also does work as a private chef, and I've heard before that he does work as a private chef for like politicians and celebrities that are coming into DC. So I don't know what happened there, because we also have to remember that it has happened before with Candiace because of the show has lost jobs. But that was Monique's finagling. But I do think it's kind of crazy to be like, I got lied on because I was upset and started going to Twitter, which it could be right now, but it's all my fault that I'm getting backlash from this is the person who opened her mouth and handled the situation from the beginning wrong. Like I think that's like somewhat insane because to me, like either he stayed silent or not, like you could still find fault with him regardless. Though, it started with Giselle handling this inappropriately if she really had an issue with
about it. So even if he would have been quiet, Candiace was
Right.
talking about it. She was slamming. I just told y'all the last time I was on, Candiace got on the interview before the season even started, and it was like Giselle is going to hell.
Yeah,
so
she did.
so to me, it's a little.
Shut their mouth and let it play out.
What
But that
difference
to me
would
is a
that
little
have
bit more.
made, Joy? It's the same thing would have played out.
It
I
still
think
would have
Chris might
happened.
work at home. Okay, what about this? Candiace didn't like the hours he was working. Number one. It took him away really late. They were arguing
Yeah.
about it. I don't think that it was because of this. I think
Yeah,
that
no, but
yeah,
I
I
think
don't think
George
it
was
was
just talking about in general because I do think I think specifically he resigned from his job. But again, I do know he does things independently. And I do think, for me personally, from watching the show, I do think that it shows though how little people think of chefs. Because it is like I worked my part-time job during school. I worked at like a somewhat famous little bakery or whatever, and my manager, she's worked in the industry for like 10 years, and her partner's a lawyer, and she works long hours, one kind of stuff, and there's a certain amount of money that you make, even though you can feed the best of people, you're not making $100,000, like, because he went to a good school, he went to a top culinary school. So I do think it is a little bit peculiar watching people talk about it. I almost feel like people like to talk about it in a way because that's a way for them to take down Candiace. Because everyone's like, well, I mean, she married someone beneath him. Other than like, I don't, because they never fully talk about the kids. But I can also respect them not talking about the kids if the moms have certain stipulations about what you can say, what you can't say on the TV show. But on their Instagram, she's always hanging out with his family, the nieces, the nephews, and everyone else. So I don't know about that situation, but when it comes to the job aspect, I do think that it's just like a lack of respect for a job that people don't know like how grueling it is. Because I would never want it. And I would never want
I
it.
agree.
It's horrible. He probably wasn't making a lot of money per hour. He was there
Well,
all time
at
of
this
the night.
one, he probably might have because he wasn't the chef. This one, he was like the manager. And at that one, it's not like the what we think of as it's like the Washington Hotel. So he probably there was making six figures, but still, it's long hours, and essentially you
Right.
are acting as the owner and not necessarily getting like owner equity and all that kind of stuff.
I mean,
And
it
again,
probably was a great salary, but when you break it down to how many hours you're
yes,
working, it's not a great
and
salary.
the responsibility, because essentially
Right.
you are acting as the owner of this place without getting the
Without
full benefits of that.
I don't think it was because of this. I think it was because they were arguing about it. She was like, "You're never here. You work all late. Now he can day drink, cook all his food.
Yeah, I don't
Now
think
he
to
stay
me that
there
part is not
and
cute and
make
funny.
money." And I ain't mad at it because if I could
He
do it,
said
I
he
do.
lost clients. He didn't say he got
The client part is what.
hell because he said clients, so there may be people he was cooking for
Yeah.
privately. And regardless of whether them showing the footage of him being exonerated or not,
People can still take umbrage with it. Like, we're not going to pretend like people don't hear something, not watch the rest of it, and say no.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want to be around you with those. I mean, because let's be clear, even though I'm not the biggest Erica Jane fan there is, I
Day
don't
drinking ain't right.
I don't think she was involved with what Tom had going on
Right.
or anything like that. But people like Sutton don't want to be around her because of the implications and the accusations, period. You got to think about it. These are probably white people with money, honey. They don't want
Yeah,
to be
they are.
associated with that type of stuff, period.
So, okay, I have a question since y'all said that. Do you think that the husbands, like Juan has stepped away, Eddie's not really, do you think they should step away more and
What
let
do you
the
mean?
women go to
But,
what?
I mean,
but the problem is the wives are the ones who are bringing them in. Like
what you're
Ashley's the
talking
one.
about?
I'm sorry, the wives are the one bringing them in. Like Ashley is the one who's bringing around the friend, talking about Happy Eddie and Chris, and then they feel like they have to talk about it. It's like, this is ridiculous. Giselle is the one going up and like want to have these conversations with Ray and all that kind of stuff. And to me, it's kind of weird because I'm like, I would like to see a show where I see married women, I do see their husbands, I do see them going through their ups and downs. And here's a young woman who hasn't been married yet. I like to see what they're going through. So I don't want the women to put the men in the position where they don't want to be around at all. Because I don't live in Beverly Hills where I barely see the husbands. I feel like we only really see Atlanta. I feel like personally, other than Jersey, we only see the Black Housewives having their husbands involved. To me, it crosses the line when I feel like the wives are going out of their way to make a storyline with the husband instead of just regularly interacting with them.
It's literally the only housewife franchise where I want the husbands involved. Literally.
Which one? Jersey? Me
the
too.
only one.
I don't think the other ones need to be. Yeah.
At all. Well, I don't know, because I kind of like the husbands on Miami.
Oh, see, I don't watch Miami anymore.
Okay.
See, Jersey, I feel like it's because they're all like a family. They all grew up together. It's more of they all have a bond. You know what I mean? With the husbands.
Right.
I want to know, is Frank gonna be there today with her boy? Because you know her new boyfriend gonna be on.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be on there.
He's on there on the first episode.
Yeah, you gotta watch
with Dolores.
And New Jersey. We're gonna not talk about them right now because they start tomorrow, and we're gonna stay on Potomac. But we will be covering Jersey. I guess maybe Wednesday if y'all are available. I think Chris is a great cook. His food is good. I tried. Yeah, they say that. I mean, Giselle them used to love to eat his food. I guess he ain't cooking for them no more. You mess up your food, Giselle. We know you greedy, so you don't mess up your food, girl.
But I quite frankly don't blame Chris though. I wouldn't want to ever talk to Giselle again either. Quite frankly, if I was him when she walked up, hey, I wouldn't have even spoke back. I would have straight up ignored her.
I think he did right speaking though, because it showed him as a bigger person to me.
Why do people feel like you are not being a bigger person because you don't speak back to somebody that you clearly?
Well, I mean, Giselle didn't speak back to Wendy, and I felt like that was wrong. So I'm just gonna keep the same because that's just me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same little, I feel like you can just say hi. You don't have to say hi. I love you. How your kids? How your family? Just say hi. Like, what's wrong with saying hi?
To me, I'm not speaking to somebody that I don't like.
Like, if you go to work, you speak to people you don't like, D. I'm sorry.
Lies.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you ain't in a professional industry, but you have to speak to certain people. I'm just gonna let you know.
I mean, I am in a professional industry, but
there's no way you can just go and not speak to people that you work with on a daily basis if that's who you're in contact with. No way.
If we don't have a specific reason to interacting with each other, like if you're not my boss, my supervisor, somebody that's in charge of me, or somebody that I'm closely working with, and if I don't like we're closely working with each other, I'm definitely going to try to go over your head and see if it's a way that I don't have to.
Well, there's normally a chain of command, but I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, but no, you're right.
But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. What are you saying,
Karen? I had questions about
You're right about that because, in corporate America, which I was there for decades, absolutely. Yeah. You speak to people you don't like every day. It's what you do. You are an adult and you do what you got to do until after work. And if you see them on the side of the road with a flat tire, keep on going. Okay.
I mean, it ain't about work.
Do you believe this divorce with Ashley is happening? Because I don't.
I think that it is. Do y'all think Ashley, the question, if y'all didn't hear, is do you think that Ashley is really going to divorce Michael?
No.
I think yes. I think because he will want her to go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So they've been getting divorced almost 2 years now, girl.
If Michael, I can see her staying with him.
No, Callie, I'm being.
Married.
Okay. The reason why I say this is, to me, first of all, I always thought from this storyline, either they're really not getting divorced and it's away from not being in the show, or Michael's the one who wanted. I think I've said this before, or Michael's the one who wants a divorce and he's just letting Ashley say whatever she wants. Because it's just either this is a story or she is even more stupid than I thought she was.
Wow.
Because it's not people, but I'm like, she has not set, which I'm all for getting a nice husband who treats you well and has a good pocket money. But the thing to me is, like, even with that though, she still has not set up herself for success to me. You were on the show for 7 seasons. And for me personally, the only thing she has to show for it are these 2 kids.
I mean, she saved all of her money.
Those 2 kids
I was supposed to get there. For me also, though, Potomac, we've never heard anything about the Potomac ladies' money. I know they're not getting paid a lot. And also, Bravo's not cutting checks like that anymore. Also, Ashley was the youngest and the last person to be added. So also, I know her beginning salary was not as high as everyone else's. I also have questions if Ashley was never fired, if they ever held her pay.
She's the OG on this show.
But if you missed what I said, Ashley was the last person added to the cast when it was being cast.
Like season episode 2 or 3 or something, right?
She was not even supposed to be on the cast in the first place. But then
I heard she was their first Bravo employees because they had filmed several. I don't know if it was a whole season or several. I don't know how many, but I heard she was the only one that Bravo actually placed.
Yes. But then at least we can know how much was the budget then after they already did all this stuff and they added her. To me, I've always felt like she's probably one of the least paid. Because we're not going to actually all get paid equally.
No, they're not.
Yeah. No, also, I know that. I hear
I don't put it past her. Like, I also wonder, did she ever keep her money or did she give her money to Michael? Because when Michael kicked her out of that penthouse, she went to that flip box and there was no furniture. There was no furniture. Things were in plastic boxes. She had to return the portion, all kinds of stuff. She was almost destitute. And to me, she doesn't really play herself as smart. And also, she doesn't play herself as smart because I feel like there's daddy issues. Again, not being rude, but seriously, there are daddy issues that need to be figured out because even people say, oh, she has this yoga line that's like, no. That yoga line, that trademark and copyright has not been renewed since she was pregnant with Dean almost 3 or 4 years ago.
She travels to yoga. I follow her on Instagram.
People are saying she has a yoga clothing line, but the yoga clothing line is only, I do. I'm telling y'all, it's only 5 pieces of clothing. Only screen printed T-shirts. The Instagram has not been updated in 3 years. The trademark and copyright has not been updated in 4 years. And Ashley's face is all over it. So this is not like she's trying to work it from the shadows. So to me, it's like she dropped that ball as soon as she was able to get pregnant. And I feel like renewed that prenup. She thought everything's going to be good with Michael. It seems like she stopped doing that, which to me is crazy.
Kaya's back.
She does travel for yoga though, and she gets paid. I think she does.
That's different. It's still a little bit different than a clothing line. She can pay for something.
Clothing line, but she does have side little hustles.
Side little gigs, but not enough to sustain the way she lives, the way she depends on Michael. Because I don't know if she's playing stupid or not, but for me, I would never want to put myself in a position where I'm saying my mortgage is $13,000 a month, and I think he knows this is Ashley's house, but I don't know who's paying the mortgage. Because to me, that's $156,000.
It was a deal, honey, baby. That's that she gotta spend. If she ain't paying the mortgage, she can put that money towards her and them kids, whatever she making. So I feel like it's still an even trade.
But it's Michael, though. That's my point. Michael's the same one who was her husband and told her to get out of his house. Yes. So that's why I'm like, I would never put myself in that.
She's smart. She would put her damn name on the deed too.
I'm hoping it is.
Did Ashley graduate college?
Like, it's just crazy.
I don't know.
She did.
I think the only housewife franchise that actually get paid good money is Beverly Hills and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Them the only two.
Now, I heard New Jersey gets paid very well because I heard at one point Nene and Teresa were the 2 highest.
Well, maybe Teresa, but I don't think the other people.
The other ones, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much I know that back in the day that Nene and Teresa used to be the highest paid because
breaking up Joy. Okay, let me see what else I have.
I'm breaking up.
But that's why they not to divert this from Potomac, but that's why they hated on Denise so bad because she came in one seat. She got a contract of $1 million for 4 years, and ain't none of them ever had that. And they've been on this show for years.
$1 million for 4 years?
Every year.
Every year she got $1 million.
Okay. She signed a 4-year thing, and she got $1 million.
No, she got $2 million. She did 2 seasons.
No, but
I know
he was guaranteed a 4-year contract.
Contract is what we're saying, yeah.
If she wouldn't have quit after season 10 when they was attacking her all season long, which is probably one of the most saddest seasons in Housewives.
I didn't watch it.
You know what? $1 million a year, I would have let him attack. Okay.
I think I would.
Listen.
Attack my ass.
Listen.
Bravo me.
Right. Every day.
Tori,
so I think it was something with that husband of Denise's as to why she ended up leaving. There might have been something she really didn't want us to know, but okay, let's talk about
Tori,
Potomac.
did you want to say anything about Potomac? Because you're on here.
Latoria.
Well, Kelly.
Let me see.
Yes, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, I just want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think Mia need to be fired with all these medical lies?
She ain't lied about nothing.
That lady,
she is not lying.
Everything she said.
She put up a second post saying it was a cancer scare. Then she told her mama she had a disease. Now she got the pathologist in there talking about the damn lymph nodes and the tissue.
Well, you haven't mentioned a lie, though, so no, she should not be fired.
On Real Housewives of Orange County, guess what they did? Terminated her. So
but he was literally lying.
That was literally
lying, scamming, right?
Literally lying. It wasn't nothing wrong with him at all. Those are 2 different things.
He wasn't even going to check on a lump or a bump.
Ain't nothing wrong with Mia either.
But Mia thought
he has the medical
document. It does not take months for biopsies to come back. My mama just had a biopsy on Friday, and we just got her results back today.
Yes.
Today is Monday.
Now, that's true.
So, okay.
Latoya.
I'm sorry. I agree with. To me, it's like she purposely exaggerated because she wanted the attention, and it does bother me as someone who was stuck in the hospital for
If
a month
you
and a
ask
half,
me, I think that's
emergency
not even
room,
a real
biopsies, all
doctor
that kind of
that
stuff.
she was seeing. She set
I
that
don't think
shit up to have
it's
them
cute.
to
She
say
thinks she
something to
didn't pay
make
the
people
doctor.
think that.
So you think she
I
paid the
don't think
doctor
pay the
in
doctor.
7 months?
No,
I don't
not
go that
that
Maybe
far.
she may,
Latoya.
but she wasn't lying though.
She did. She paid that woman.
She
That's
maybe
why.
had
That's
exaggerated.
why D kept intervening and trying to make sure they stay
He
on
did
script.
though.
You see what
Look
I
here,
mean? Real talk.
Latoria.
Y'all ain't right.
I
Latoria
don't
I don't
coming
want
in
anybody
awfully
fired from this
strong
cast.
after her fight with Destiny. Go ahead, Latoria. We know you feeling awfully cocky after you and Destiny went round for round.
Oh no,
What
I'm
did
not.
you do, Latoya?
Yes.
she
She told
did.
Destiny with
Bump
your little line
Destiny,
butt.
press thirst behind. Because you know
Okay,
what?
but
The thing
anyway.
is, let me
Okay,
tell you
I'm sorry.
something.
Can I
Destiny
ask
is a
y'all a
very
question?
Yeah,
combative,
go ahead. And I got a question
irate,
too. Go ahead.
What did
aggressive
y'all think about
woman.
Ashley asking Candiace, because she speak to Chris, and
And then
Candiace
speaking to
tell
him
her
anyway.
not right now, and then saw
Disrespect.
Chris and talked to him anyway, because that reminded me of Phaedra and Kenya, by the way. Go ahead.
Disrespectful.
Yeah,
But she always
Ashley is
does.
rude and disrespectful. She's a little girl. She's younger than what
All of
she
them.
acts a lot younger than what she is. And clearly it shows even more because she thought she was getting something from Michael and she's not. She's just not a very wise young lady. She's
But she
not
likes to
smart.
protect
She
Because
them.
doesn't know how to wear clothes that fit.
Using their
Callie,
The
you
husband's
clothes that
voice.
you wear all come from what's the
Fashion
name of
Nova.
that store?
Fashion
Bye,
City
Nova.
Trend.
Callie.
bye,
All
City
Kyle.
her
Trends.
stuff
No,
comes
that's
from
City
Clearance.
Trends. No, that's City
Clearance. Yeah,
Trends.
she looks like she does.
That's
I mean,
rainbow. Okay,
Because if
that
I
ain't even
tell
fashion.
I know it's rainbow, but a few pieces have been Fashion Nova. I said, "Oh, Michael's allowing you to buy Fashion Nova because before it was
Oh,
full
is it
rainbow dots in City Trends." But she has one. Because basically, okay, Candiace wore like the blue glare suits have been really popular, and Candiace that one was her chore. Ashley shows up with the Fashion Nova knockoff and that little cat suit that her and Mia were wearing because Mia's also a Fashion Nova pretty little thin girl
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
because Callie, you found that thing
And
for
so the
$12,
cat suit was Fashion
huh?
we
Nova.
found that
Yeah, we
$12
found a
cat
little
suit.
outfit. Was it $30?
$12.99.
$12.
So there's always a sale. There's always a sale. So Ashley
Yeah.
stays in the rainbow and the dots, and she just dipped her toe into Fashion Nova. Michael gave her a few extra coins to get a little
Well,
fashion.
damn, man, the way y'all dragging him, if I was on TV, y'all would really wear me out, honey, because if I had money, I still would be right on Shein, honey.
Not with
Look, I
Sheree.
would too.
You would be with Sheree.
I'm just pointing out the
Okay.
fact that Ashley not being very bright in certain cases when you have on
Oh, yeah.
clothes that are just as thin as her mind appears to be, it's a little different. It just rolls out a little differently. That's all I'm saying.
I just feel like Ashley does that thing where she purposely, because to me it has come to a point where Ashley really doesn't have anything going on with her life, and she does look for Candiace to react to her to have a moment. So that's why
Now I do want
that's
to
why
point
she
out
even
something
did that
about
thing.
Giselle.
What you
Because that's why
What you
she
pointing
asked.
out, Latoria?
Y'all, hold on. Y'all going too
Latoya,
fast
what did you
now.
say?
Hold on one second.
I said I want to
Finish.
point out about Giselle, and I know a lot of people about to get mad, but oh well. Giselle is a freaking liar, and they have proven once again how she lied. She sat there in front of Karen talking about, oh, well, did Mia tell you she called you a prostitute? Knowing
She
good and
did
well
do
Mia
that.
asked a question. Well, are y'all saying Karen's a prostitute?
She
Giselle's
did
just
say that.
messy. But I do admire her for admitting it and knowing it. Okay?
Well, she did say, well, and then another thing though, but Mia didn't say, well, I kind of think it. And if Ray is having this understanding and it's an old man and a younger woman, then I get it because Ray don't climb the steps. Y'all know I always talk about how Ray climbed them steps that time and
Yes.
then he get the one
He
level
ain't
house.
crying. He ain't up there yet. He's
Did
on step
y'all
number
notice that
6.
Mia mentioned that last episode?
Yeah, she did.
Mhm.
She mentioned that if Ray can barely climb a step.
Yeah, I told y'all.
Oh,
He
she
barely
said
can walk. You
She
remember me
literally
saying that?
said that.
Yeah.
She literally could not
She
walk up the
literally
stairs.
said that.
It took him forever for them to get that bathroom scene. Like they had
So,
to, like, yeah. So
Yo,
okay,
Ray,
but I feel like
oh,
Ashley was trying to do that for a moment.
yeah, she
Do
was.
y'all
was.
think that Chris's reaction
No.
was normal, or should he
Yeah.
have not been the angry white man?
What is angry
Chris,
white man? My
Chris
wife has set a clear
responds.
boundary saying, like, not tonight.
Yes.
Literally, Candiace says he doesn't want to talk tonight because he doesn't know how
Right.
it's going to go. And he doesn't want to ruin my night. So that means Ashley purposely went over there to know that, oh, it
Yes.
could go some other way.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the
Well,
part he
why
got
is he
upset
calling
about
Chris
is when
that
he said
anyway?
the
Because if
action.
we're going to call Chris that, Juan need to be called that then.
So what? The angry white man?
Yeah, Juan need to be called
Well,
that angry
Juan
white
not
man.
white
Because he
though.
definitely went off on that
She
phone.
said it to call
Allegedly.
him that. Yeah, he was hot. He was an angry black man.
Girl, the way that they made Ray look when Karen handed
held
him
him
his
first.
rose. I see. I don't like how this is the second time they done did Ray shady, and I don't like it. And
I
because
don't think that they should have brought up that whole prostitute. Giselle should have brought that up in front of Ray.
Ray didn't know what was going on, Callie. He had no idea.
I don't like that.
He'll know when he watched the show. Ray watched the show.
You
and
think
Ray
so?
and Karen got an arrangement because Ray walks like Franklin.
If that wasn't clear in this episode,
Latoya said he walked like what?
Franklin the Turtle, and he probably had ED. So
you know what?
And seeing how slow he walked, he might be wearing a diaper. So
oh my God!
I was just at the end of this episode. Did y'all feel like Karen really is like? I thought they was just kind of messing with Karen. Like,
oh, she didn't.
Karen really got a boyfriend out in these streets.
Karen never denied it. She never denied it. She never denied it.
So now I'm wondering though, you remember what? So Ray had to drive her around before they could afford the driver, right?
Right.
So did he drop her off at the boyfriend's house, y'all think?
Oh God, Callie.
Maybe Uber. Maybe Uber did that. Did they have Uber back then?
I'm just saying. Think about it.
Karen probably drove herself, honey.
Two married.
Y'all think Karen was speaking like how she's 59?
59 and fine.
Ray is still what? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Ray is 80.
Ray is fine.
I mean, too many conversations. Hold on.
Man, okay. I love me the way he looks. He's the finest thing. I don't know why Black Bill Gates ever got on this show in the first place.
Girl, Ray 80 something. He ain't doing nothing no more.
Yeah, well, not anymore. So that's why I wonder, was he driving Karen
why aren't
they with the blue eyes?
Why isn't that a scandal for real, y'all? Like for real.
People don't care about Karen. They say they do, but they don't.
I think everybody can clearly see that Ray is old as fuck compared to Karen. So it's just like, of course she has another boyfriend. Ray is finna die.
Well, you
just like Erica James.
Giselle wished death on Ray.
Oh no, she did not. We're not doing
it. Death on Ray.
Let me take that back. What I'm just saying, though, Ray is like, Ray. When Karen get Ray age, Ray is probably 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he'll be 90.
Right.
You know what though, Ray? Okay, he really doesn't look that much older than Karen. He maybe 2 years. He looks 2-3 years older. He don't look 20 years older.
Y'all know Karen's surgeries ain't working.
Come on now.
I mean, she looked good in the finale
like that Muppet thing. What's that Muppet's name, the girl?
Episode. Karen looked good in the finale episode.
Okay, I want you to watch the reunion clip.
Karen don't want nobody to be gumming on.
Yeah, I do not like what's going on at that reunion.
And Ray
I didn't really like none of the dresses at the reunion, honey.
I did not either. Not a now one of them. And Karen's makeup is very harsh and it makes her look older.
Yes, it does. And then the hair is pulled a little too tight and real slick.
Thank you.
God, we agreed on something for one.
Okay, I don't think that's Karen makeup. I also wasn't in the country, so that's part of it. I didn't forget you. I also was in the country. No, see, I also didn't forget you that much because I was in the country for like 2 weeks for New Year. My mom's Jamaican. She has to go back home for the New Year's.
Oh, so you think he in Surrey? Like he's an ambassador? Is that what her boo is in Surrey?
Oh, man. I think Karen's just smart enough to have someone who doesn't talk. And Juan isn't.
Right. Juan?
Clear.
Can I add this part? Because, I can't. Because also, Juan and Robyn inherently, I feel like, don't work. Because I've talked before about how Mia has that orphan spirit on her. She needs a lot of attention. Juan does as well. Because I think Layla Lynn, she talked about, because I always heard about the interview his lover did when they were across in Europe when he was playing for a little bit, but I never saw it. I finally saw the interview of the girlfriend that he took to Europe when he was playing. She said that he begged everyone to move to Europe for him because he needs a lot of attention. Mm-hmm. And he had begged her to move. So to me, it does make sense then that it's the pandemic and you are someone who can be alone and all this kind of stuff. He has nothing to do and for attention that he would take someone who's looking for a moment on Instagram. Y'all, they don't inherently work if y'all can't even find a way to work with that, or he won't go to therapy to work that out. If he needs that much attention.
He's talked about that on the podcast, Kai, where because he used to be an athlete, he always needs attention.
No, but see, it's not just the athlete part. That's what I'm saying. It's deeper than just the athlete part.
Yeah, it's part of him. Yeah.
But it's part of him, I think, from growing up.
He could be a person, his love language could be touch. No
matter who's doing the touching.
It could be.
He's got to do better. If he do it again, He cannot do this again. I
Yeah.
mean, he
Well,
cannot.
I just think, I mean,
But-
so I know what I mentioned last week. Carlos King said 90% of these Real Housewife people are in open relationships. I
Yeah.
tend to believe that. Now, I don't think that Robyn would ever tell Juan, okay, you can do it, but type thing. But I do think that sometimes some of the wives on these shows hear it and don't want to know it, and they just overlook it. But I think
It like
Robyn
real
loves him.
life.
She knows what he may or may not do, and she married him anyway. I think she loves him, and I love that they have that relationship. If
Is
that's
it
what
really
works
a
for them.
surprise?
That
Is
is
it
not
really
what we
a
want from
surprise
people.
that he cheated during the pandemic? I mean, look how he was treating Robyn last season.
Right. He was
Well, but
horrible.
you know what though? During the pandemic, at least he didn't bring home a baby like Martell did.
Well,
Yeah, but he could have brought home the pandemic home. He could have brought the pandemic home with him.
Yeah, he could have
So
brought the
the two young
pandemic
kids and
home.
Robyn. Like, no,
He could have
absolutely not.
COVID home. That's true
He
with his
coulda.
kids. But
Mhm.
Juan is a good dad. He coaches the kids
Yeah.
basketball and the
Mhm.
football and Juan.
I like
I,
Juan.
mm-mm,
I think he's
mm-mm.
fine. I think he's really good. I don't know about the cheating. I don't doubt it, but I don't know. So if she loves it,
I
whatever.
mean, but Robyn could have saved that bullshit ass excuse to off watching What Happens Live. Like,
Y'all forced her to say something though.
but she could have just
Not
told
that
the truth
though.
instead of telling that damn lie.
What else could she have
Okay,
said
because
about
it
it?
was very
Girl,
bad.
he went
Because
to
when
that
you go to
hotel
the
room. He
hotel,
had
you should have
sex
a
with that
card
one.
on file. Like, I don't get it.
Woman. That's what
Maybe
she
was
I
should
think
have
she
just
could have
said.
said
She
he had
should
some
have
of
just
that tea
owned it.
Giselle had, made her had to boo boo, so he
She
couldn't
should
do
have
anything but
just
sign and leave.
owned that though, Cal. She just said he was sleeping with somebody else during the pandemic instead of that bullshit ass.
Well,
That's
she
what she
obviously
told
don't
the
want y'all
truth.
to know that much.
Yeah, because
So
we
we need
all
to
know that
know
was
what she don't want
bullshit.
y'all to know.
Like this woman just so happened to come to Maryland and wanted him to pay for a hotel room. Like Robyn, girl, bye.
I bet she don't get no other options with him since she running her
I have a
mouth.
question for Joy.
And
Joy,
that
okay.
explains why she called
Oh,
Juan when Karen said that, because she thought Juan was back messing with that lady.
Yep.
In Georgetown.
but
Go
it's
ahead. What's the
confusing to me
question?
because
Wait,
my
Kyle.
question is because my thing is Joy brought up that like because I haven't catching up to the videos. And Joy brought up that the woman had been talking for a while, and Robyn's saying, "Oh, it's just been the past 2 weeks." But Joy, if I remember correctly, you said she's been talking for like a year.
On the
And
Jasmine brand,
she
she's been
was on.
commenting.
She did an interview on, or
She
yeah,
just commented.
Okay, so then my question is then why is Robyn now using an excuse? Well, it just came out a week. Like what? To me, I'm trying to figure out what is going on for you to feel the need. Because to me, I feel like it would have been
didn't get,
blown
but
over
it
if
didn't
she didn't say
cry.
anything.
She's right about that. And if memory serves, that was like a year or two
Mhm.
ago, and it didn't get any
Nobody
traction.
picked it up.
Nobody like picked it up after that. It wasn't a thing, because there is actually a video that you can find on YouTube that's talking about it.
The TikTok that guy
But
did.
it was a
It's
guy.
what okay.
He
But I
called
feel like it
a
wasn't being talked
vlogger,
about enough.
and she made that TikTok, and the TikTok went
He
viral.
did. Yeah, it's a guy. He made
So
a
it's just you think the TikTok was enough? Because I'm just like to me,
Yeah,
I was not
the
saying
TikTok.
anything.
It
I was
went
just running along.
I'm with you, Car. I
It's
needed a little bit more than that.
it's because of the TikTok that vloggers then started doing stories about the
A
TikTok.
TikTok.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
and
TikTok?
it was
Oh, we
so-
got it. I sent it
The
to you, D.
TikTok
I
that
sent
like
it to
kind
you.
of
D, you ain't heard
blew it
about
up.
the TikTok?
I sent it to TikTok.
Yeah, the
them
TikTok
little
is what
things.
kicked it off.
Yeah.
So
And
like
okay,
the
to me
cheating
personally,
rumors?
I
The
feel like
cheating
I would just let it
rumors?
go. I wouldn't have said anything still. Because
You
I
think
know
people
people were
would
talking
been
about
quiet?
it, but like,
The
because to
TikTok
me,
is
I
what
feel like
started the cheating rumors?
That's
no,
what got the
the
blog.
TikTok is what blew it out.
Yeah.
Oh, but see,
But it's been out for a
this is why
while.
I can't stand Robyn and Giselle, because they demand so much of everybody else and behind their damn life. That just irks my soul.
What life did she have?
Oh, Robyn
No,
didn't
we're
want
not
to
gonna
talk
go
about
there.
this.
Let's go.
Robyn
So what
didn't
do
want to
y'all
talk
think about
about that.
media takeout and everybody believing that Robyn was getting fired
That
and
was stupid in the first place.
and
Okay,
that Andy like
but
drilled into her? Did you
but
all watch What Happens Live?
we all know
I
Robyn
Yes.
did.
didn't want to talk
Yeah.
about that on camera, honey. Because if she wanted to, she would have been said it,
I
and it
haven't
wouldn't
seen
happen.
it yet, but I didn't
It was
believe
okay.
MTO because they just
Okay,
not
so nobody really
credible for
believed
it.
them. Okay, because there was so many people saying she's getting
No,
fired. She's getting fired, and I'm thinking,
if Robyn born ass had been here all these damn years,
right?
child,
Well,
she
I
ain't.
want her to get fired. I just didn't believe that it happened at that moment. I
No,
thought that
Oh
kind
yeah,
of stupid and
I don't
HR
think he would do
disaster.
nothing like that on air.
right.
Why do you
No,
why
Not
do you
even
want her
it
to be
wasn't even on
fired?
air afterwards. It was still be stupid because to me, Well, I don't pay my cable bill. My parents and my grandparents pay the cable bill for me to watch these shows.
Oh,
And,
please.
your job is to be a reality TV star about your life.
Well,
And
then
I
you
get
want
it. I don't.
everybody
Let me
fired because
finish.
all of them
No,
Erica
no,
watch
no.
it.
Jane fired?
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Maybe.
And I don't think everyone is going to give every ounce of their life. I don't think that's even mentally healthy. But if something is essential to your main storyline, and for Robyn, it is Juan. It is them getting back and forth together. It is the engagement. And then you come on here and the whole thing is about this prenup and infidelity clause and all this kind of stuff. And about why, yes, he's cheated in the past before, but I even more so one because I feel like he did something that crossed a boundary for me when it comes to fidelity because he did X, Y, and Z during the pandemic. I feel like that's very central to her storyline and the character that she plays in the show, which means she's not doing her job.
I feel like that's exactly
everybody needs to be fired because we thought
No,
that. And I
taking
love
very
Every last one of them.
but we thought
No.
that she knew ran Tom. We thought that she did all this. We thought that she knew what was going on in his business. We didn't know anything. She's still there. Like everybody does not tell.
But her knowing
that
something
in
is
their
very different than
lives.
like. But I just said it's not about you telling. Again, I don't even think it's meant to be
But
healthy
that's
to get every job.
She just been sitting there.
Like,
we
you ain't
all
mad
thought
at
the
Karen?
Erica thing should have been gone. Who thought she should still be there? What fan was on her side? We all thought that bitch should have.
I don't think she should have got fired.
Who?
I
Erica Jane.
I do. I do.
No. Erica Jane should not have been fired.
I hope people don't go to y'all job and be like, fire
No,
y'all.
because I do my job.
Y'all
That's
know
the
y'all
thing.
take off that
I do my
freaking work.
job. I
You
do my
know that
job.
you don't
That's
go
the
to work
part.
until
It's
everybody
a
else.
job. It's a job. You don't have a right to
no
it. You can be
empathy for
fired.
victims. Screw Erica, okay? And then especially after this,
Oh Lord, we ain't going.
oh girl, Erica can.
Well, I'm talking about Robyn specifically.
Yeah, let's go back to Robyn because
TV
Erica
job
is
is a job.
innocent.
Right, none of them should be fired.
Hold
It's a
on.
job, and you
Hold
miss a big chunk of it, so you should be gone. Just the way that you can come to my business if I'm not doing right.
She didn't
If
miss
I'm
a
not
big
doing up the
chunk. It was
car,
nothing new.
then
Y'all all
her
knew that he's a
story
cheater.
is Juan.
Wait,
They acting like the cheating happened years ago.
Quit. I can't.
Callie, just because Erica is innocent does not mean that she was
I'm
full
not
of
even trying
shit.
to talk to Erica.
I hear you, Demetria. Just because Erica was innocent does not mean that what?
She was full of shit for what she was saying and how she
all
was.
of them are full of crap.
Yeah, she might be full of shit, and I love it. Keep her on. Next.
Oh,
And nobody shows their whole lives.
but I'm not asking for the whole life. I'm asking for the part that matters, which you came on the show talking was clean up an infidelity clause and you being married to this wedding.
The part that should matter,
and say, well, maybe this is the reason why the wedding was postponed. If the reason why the wedding was postponed was because of this, then yes, you need to go if you didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, the part that should matter when you think about when they say Robyn hasn't shared anything, Robyn is the one that only had $25 in their bank account when the show came on.
Right.
Robyn went from that. I'm not through. You come on. Robyn went from that nice, beautiful house to a 2-bedroom apartment, and we all watched that. Now that's a whole. That's something we need to see. And then we saw her build back up to be able to buy another home for the family. We saw her start businesses that actually helped her buy that house and to pay off her taxes, of which Karen can't even do. You know, Karen, the one y'all love, the Grande game.
Karen was never in debt.
Her entire family around her. That's her.
Karen was never in
Demetria,
debt.
you cannot talk over Lin. Okay?
Karen was never in debt. It was Ray, and Karen bailed Ray out of debt.
No, Karen didn't bail him out. Karen went and bought her a car so she could front in front of y'all and make y'all think that she ain't broke like her husband.
When she literally got drunk, she literally said, "I want my money back because I had to bail him out."
But what should stick out about that nice job, wife? That's what you should have done. The fact is, she wanted to prove she was something that she wasn't. She went out and bought a $150,000 car while her husband was struggling. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Let's just keep talking about Rob.
I don't feel like Ray was struggling just because you owe taxes. Don't mean
he had to leave his house.
She didn't even want that leaked out. She was mad about that taxes. She would have hid
in a rented house. Robyn ain't. But let's just talk about that.
They was renting the house.
We brought up Robyn. Who you want to talk about Karen? I can't. We can't. I don't like Karen.
They were not renting the house from the beginning. What you talking about?
Well, Karen is fake, and we all know it. So
yeah.
Y'all want me to read the things that they had at the end? They was every last one.
Oh yeah, read them. Yes. Wendy did kickboxing and she drinks water. That's why I say.
Oh, it was so shady. Okay. I think they did Ashley's first. Hold on, here.
Yeah, she was first.
Oh, that coffee smells good.
Oh, I need some of that.
Me
But
too.
anyway, Tori's back.
Here it
Boy,
is.
you ready?
It says Ashley and her kids. It literally says Ashley and her kids. And her kids moved into their new home in October. She briefly dated Winter House Luke, whatever his last name is, but
I
they
love
have
Winter.
since called it quits.
Luke was hot.
And I came back up him because D, you all right. Just because you owe taxes, that don't mean you broke. Because if that was so, then guess what? Candy Burrs must be broke because she owed taxes every other year or so on them restaurants and her property. She always behind on her taxes.
Oh, here's Candiace's. This was so shady.
Yeah,
Candiace has taken Deep Space Deluxe on a 5-city tour. She is able to see more of Chris these days. He is no longer working at the hotel.
He wants to be her assistant. He don't want to work, but go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think he is passionate about his career of being like in culinary business.
Because he is, because that's just enough because he's a chef.
He don't want a 9 to 5. Let me say that then. Go ahead, Joy.
Okay,
no, but chefs are not 9 to 5. That's the whole point.
Yeah, they normally
they could be. They could be.
No, they're literally not. They're literally not.
Be a traveling personal chef for people.
Karen said Karen expanded her evening at the Grande tour to 5 major cities. Her number one and loyal Madame is still her husband, Ray.
Right.
Did y'all see the ugly dress Karen had on?
Oh, and she talked about that was horrible.
Which one?
Ooh,
I don't know what that was.
The one that you did the story for, Callie. The purple
Ugly.
Barney looking dress.
And you know that was a hit girl. I was so disappointed.
Is that it? Who else is left?
Here is Giselle. Giselle had her hysterectomy after filming, and has made a full recovery. She is still entertaining many suitors, one of which is a younger Bravo celebrity.
Yeah, he's on Winter and Summer House too.
Yeah.
All these PR stunts.
Yeah.
They trying to get spinoffs, but go ahead.
I'm trying. Here come Wendy's. It's playing.
Oh, I can tell you, Wendy. Wendy is now taking up kickboxing, and she drinks a gallon of water every day. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It literally, she is now. That is literally what
Thank you. That's how
to decompress.
Like, really?
She does, kickboxing.
Really?
Now here is Mia's. Mia's was, I like how they did Juan. They first went to Jamaica and then went to Ireland. I thought that was funny. Oh, here is Mia. Mia's health. Wait a minute. This was funny. Mia's health remained stable, unlike dang,
her financial situation.
Yeah, her financial situation. That's cold. Like
that was horrible.
That was me.
Why would they do that?
We gotta move out of her house.
She and Gordon lost control of several of their franchises and moved out of their Potomac house.
Yeah.
That was cold.
Yeah, because they live in Carolinas.
That's so sad. And is anybody left? Is that everybody? Kern, the flower. Kern, the flower. Oh, we
already did Kern.
What about Robyn? What they say about Robyn?
What they did was they went to the wedding. She never got a prenup, but she and Juan did get around to something else. And then they went into the wedding.
And it said that Robyn, even after they got married, because I got my memory, he cheated on her and she told it after the reunion or some shit.
And they got married July 24th. August 24th. So what we thought we were seeing as an application really was their wedding.
Their marriage.
Their marriage.
And we told y'all they was married.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the reunion?
Well, I told y'all I saw an article that said they was already.
Yeah, remember we've done discussed this several times on
Can we
channel.
talk about the reunion trailer?
What? Yeah. Oh, I got notes. Hold on, D. Hold on. Go ahead. What you got to say? Because I got notes too.
Well, somebody else can start.
Okay, let me find my notes. Hold on.
I just want to say congratulations, Candiace.
Yes.
Yes.
Candiace had a great season almost.
She did.
She did.
Absent Giselle twice.
And whether people want to admit it or not, Candiace actually has a good album. Deep
She
Space
has
was
a
a good album.
fantastic album. That's right, D. She really
Yes.
does.
She
She's
She deserved
talented.
that. She deserved that. That was, and I am like a huge music person. Like I watched the charts. I do
Yeah,
all of that. And Candiace definitely deserved that. Like for
she
real.
really does. She
For
really, really
real.
does.
Because baby, Benefits with Q Parker is my song, honey.
Oh, I do love the
Yes.
benefits.
Is she making money off of it, you think?
Yeah, her
Yeah.
album was on the Billboard R&B charts.
Yeah, but you know that don't always
yeah.
matter.
No,
The
but she
And the
most
concerts,
great
of it.
thing
her
about it
tours
is
are
she
getting her some
independent, so
money.
all that money comes to her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she made a comment, I think it was last week, that she has set her music up to where she is the sole owner of what she writes or something, so that
That's
she can
right.
get
Got the
more money.
masters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
so
said
she
now that she has her master's, she can now do
yes,
business
she can
deals.
But
do more
even if
things. Yeah,
she
to
but
help her
even if
out.
she
Smart
didn't
girl. Smart
even
girl.
if
That
she didn't
MBA
own her
giving to
masters though,
you.
she would still get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she's doing great. I really do.
Even if she didn't own her masters, she would still get paid because if she's the writer on the song. Didn't nobody write her songs for
Oh,
her?
did she write them all?
Is she the writer?
Yeah.
She wrote
Yeah.
most of them with her friend, who's the manager. So there's only ever two. There are only ever two writers of her songs, her and the manager.
Okay.
Oh, I
All
didn't know
right.
that. Nye or
Well,
whatever his
that's
name.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because them some good
And
songs.
the record deal that she has
It
is more about
is, right? I'm
distribution,
in
not
here
them owning
saying
her
insecure
music.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
good.
So
okay.
she
Because
does.
her and
Well,
Q
I mean,
Parker
I
were
know she's gonna say
Benefits
that
together.
right
They wrote
Okay.
that together.
Okay.
because what she said her parents were. She was supposed to be in a girl group, and Candy was her mentor, and her parents told her no because the contract wasn't good. So I knew that this contract had to be good because her parents literally stopped her from doing it when she was a teenager because the
Oh,
contract was terrible.
good.
So they
Okay.
don't play those games with that
Well,
stuff.
we shall see. I really wish her well. I hope she makes all the money in the world. And I think she's one of the best Bravo celebrities that has an album.
As far as music goes, besides
Yeah.
Candy,
She is
And
the
Candy can't
best,
sing,
the
but
only
she did.
one
Well,
out of all the
Demetria
Housewives
is really, really
franchise.
good too. Demetria McKinney, but
Yeah,
I
she
feel
can
like
yeah,
sing.
Candace.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel
but
like
we can't
Candace
Oh
better.
yeah, now
we
she can
can't deny
sing.
Escape though.
And Shamia can
Absolutely
sing. Shamia.
can.
Yes.
Shamia.
Yes,
Okay,
she
but
Nobody
anyway.
can.
caring about
So
that Roger Bob.
let's talk about the
Oh my
reunion real
God.
quick. They talked about Giselle and the Winter House guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
guess
love
they're
Winter House, by the way, but
Do you? I've never watched Winter House. So is
Winter
he
House,
nice?
Winter House, and Summer House,
Is
yes.
he a nice guy?
I
I
mean,
mean,
he never really dates black women. This is the first
The
black woman.
Winter House and Summer House drama is a little bit different than Housewife drama.
Okay.
I can't really explain it. But I'll say like this: it's kind of like
That's
white,
her house.
kind of
You
like
know what I
Jersey
don't like
Shore-ish.
about them
It's
is that
Jersey Shore-ish.
it seems so college dormish for
Oh,
them
I
to be
got
Black
old
house.
people.
a question.
But they're 40, right?
That's my point. That's what I said. It
Yeah.
seems college dormish for them to be older people. That's weird.
That's why I
to me.
just said, Kelly, it gives like kind of Jersey Shore-ish.
Yes, okay, you're right. I agree with that.
Okay, I agree with
Weird.
that. I tried to watch one episode and I was like, I cannot because this house is messy.
But they are
and dirty.
dramified though. They are very dramified.
Can we start
We'll
doing
say
love
that.
after lockup or life after
Oh
lockup?
God, man.
I've never watched.
I've been watching it.
Never watched
but
that.
I haven't. I started it like because everybody been talking about
the
that
big
one
girl with the little boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little boy.
I really hate y'all.
Quite
I
that.
really hate y'all don't watch Real
But
Housewives.
I'm like on
everybody on my
season 3,
timeline was
episode
talking about
42.
them. So I started watching. Actually, if you got on demand, start on like episode 29. It's actually really good.
So, Joy, do you think she tricked him?
No, they said that she gave him full body shots from what I read on the blogs. Did she not? She said, "Does you think that she tricked him?"
See, I didn't go. I started. I probably should have started an episode before because when I started at the end of the season, he was getting out of jail.
Right, but that's the thing though. He was trying to act like he didn't know she was that big though when he got when he first saw her when he got out. Like that was the first time he had seen like that she was that size.
So okay, what day does this come on? So if we do think about
he's still with her though, ain't he?
Right.
Yeah.
But what day does it come on? Be like if we did the show, what day would it be? What day would we do it? Is what I'm asking.
Did y'all like it when Robyn turned around and put a middle finger up?
Yes, I was cracking up.
It was so funny.
That was funny. Not in the church here.
Juan put a big grin on his face too.
Montanique, I really hate
And
y'all don't watch
then it lead
Housewives
to
of
5
Miami.
months
That's
later.
like the best franchise out right now. Period.
Miami.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. They
Oh,
are
yeah.
they are
Is
bringing
that
it,
you
honey,
that I'm hearing
baby.
it
Does
from?
Larsa
I've
bring that
heard that
boyfriend on the
before.
show?
I
No.
think
No, not this season. She didn't bring him on this season, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
I
But
always enjoyed Miami from the beginning.
Larsa has been involved in majority of the drama, honey.
I know Giselle likes Larsa, so she got to be a troublemaker.
Baby, and she just like and
She talks about it on
and-
the podcast like Larsa is her favorite.
look and you can tell why she Giselle favorite because Larsa be getting wore out every time she
Yeah,
gets some
she said she
argument
like
with
him.
somebody. Baby,
Yeah.
they wear Larsa right on out, baby.
But Larsa take it though, right?
Better than Giselle because she will argue back.
Okay.
Because she wore Adriana out last season. She did. I'll give Larsa that one argument that she did win because she lost the rest of them. Because when their reunion came, baby, Julia wore her right on out, and I lived.
I don't know. We might.
That was the funniest thing ever, honey. Like I was like, then Larsa can go to the back to us. So when I go out there, I'm in fighting mode. I'm gonna get her. And went right back out that girl and got wore out again. I said, oh God.
Listen, we saying on one thing, y'all.
I'm
If we
sorry.
When is
do
the ultimate girls trip supposed to air?
I'm
it
trying
will
to see
be
you.
April, I heard. March or April.
Damn, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it over the summer? Wasn't it
It
filmed?
was. I think they said March or April.
Child, we just saw the trailer and everything.
Yeah.
I'm
I
ready
don't know
to
what
see
they're
it.
waiting to end. Are they wait? When does Potomac end?
In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So would that be March?
No.
No.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Before February's over.
Yes, it
It's
will.
the
Because
sixth.
I
February.
think they're waiting for Potomac or something to be over.
Yeah, because it was Potomac and Salt Lake City. That's
Yeah,
those
I
two.
think they're waiting for them to be
Oh, and
over.
Miami.
It'll come.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
Miami.
Salt Lake
is coming
City
to an
over?
end. Yes.
Yeah.
Salt Lake's over.
Miami is coming to an end. They just filmed their reunion.
Yeah, so they're waiting for those shows to be over, and then Girls Trip will come. Jersey is coming.
And
Winters
OC.
or Summer House is coming.
OC is coming.
Yeah.
Y'all heard about Granville
and
Caroline?
Yeah.
Has
there ever been a case of 2 women being accused of sexual harassment?
I don't think so.
Well, Caroline is not being accused. She's the victim.
I know, but I mean, I was saying that regarding Brandy.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well,
Candy was accused.
Of the dungeon.
Yeah, Candy was accused.
Yeah.
But they said Brandy actually
this
did.
May have happened.
Yeah,
they made Brandy go home. And
I don't think anybody in this world believed that Todd and Candy wanted to tie her up in her basement and drug her and have. I don't think anybody, when they heard that, really believed it.
But it was said though, Joy.
And they were calling her Bill Cosby.
Well, it was good entertainment, honey. That's one of my favorite seasons.
That's crazy. I
so
never even dawned on me.
Why do you like that? But what Giselle said is wrong. Because I feel like they're
both. To me,
hold on. I didn't say I liked it. I said it was entertaining. I liked it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Because I know that reunion word for word, honey, baby. I know that reunion word for word, baby. Candy, you said
I also think Candiace was given a I got you year because of what she experienced in season 5.
I think they were very nice to Candiace.
I think they did really good edits in her favor this year.
I think Candiace was a little toned down after she got scrutinized last year for being like a disaster of the mouth.
Yeah, I don't like it. I just think she did her life.
Even though I did agree with her when she was saying that they hold her to a different standards, because I was trying to see what was different that Candiace said that any of the rest of them had said. Hell, Karen and Giselle literally was calling each other broken horse from Hampton University.
Now Karen called her that.
Yes, but I'm saying Giselle was saying stuff too. She's saying her husband dick don't work. Like those
Ashley
are
said
very.
Ashley
Stop quit putting that on Giselle.
Wait, no, Giselle did say that when she was like.
Yes, she did say Erica. He want Erica Lyles. Then he want every time Erica Lyles come around.
She said that his penis didn't work though. When they were arguing, Karen
actually
was like,
she did. When he said something about Jamal, because she said, "Well, Jamal's do or something." So that was the comeback.
Yeah,
when he is some words, she said, "But Jamal's do."
But that's a comeback.
Yeah.
But still, though, that's still like inappropriate though to be
Yeah,
arguing with
I
somebody
agree.
and bring it up. So that's what I'm trying to say
I
is,
agree.
so they all say low below the belt stuff, and then when Candiace do it, it's like she's the Antichrist.
Well, I think more than not is Karen though. People give Karen a pass for everything and nobody else.
That's true.
Ugh,
I
I do
think
not
everybody
like
else gets
Karen.
drugged through the mud. I do.
Like,
I mean,
goodness.
Karen also accused Juan of inappropriately. I mean, she flat out
Yeah, I
said
didn't like that either.
that Juan
nobody
I didn't like that either.
inappropriately not only
Oh no, I've
touched
seen some
her,
people, obviously, but not
propositioned her, but propositioned her for a threesome.
She
And
can
then
feel her
nobody said
vertebrae, her
boo.
spine, but nobody's making a big deal out of that. That's why I don't understand.
I
Like she
feel
don't
like
get no
I feel
smoke.
like it'll come up at the reunion.
But I'm talking about
I
y'all.
think I'm scared.
Y'all don't give her no
You're not
smoke.
talking to me because I don't like Karen.
But you don't give her no smoke though, Kai.
People talk over me. I was about to get to Karen and then we
Oh,
moved on
give
to something
Karen
else.
some smoke.
No, because I have to say, Karen to me is very fake, and she puts on this. I get it, the whole you guys got your farm back and all this kind of stuff, but you were not born and raised in blue vein society. You hunted down for Ray, and you got him. You got on this show. You had white appliances. White appliances are now coming back in style, but at that time they were not. And you had them. You're calling your husband Mr. Bill Gates, Black Bill Gates, and was not cute. She did act a fool when the taxes happened. You buying these cars for people that to prove, like she's always. I let people act like she isn't Karen. And to me, it's like Karen's always trying to prove herself. Because I would never be buying a $156,000 car, lease or not, when my husband is going through things just to prove something to somebody. That sounds obnoxious and stupid to me. And I also don't go through this whole neutral thing because she's so mature. No, if you're mature, you have no problem speaking your mind. Instead, she likes to play games, and I feel like she sits there and be neutral. And then when they did have the actorship, and then when you go on social media, then all of a sudden she has an opinion when she sees how people have reacted. Because even last year, she was real quiet with that whole Mia and Candiace situation. Now all of a sudden this season, well, I'm not saying anything to Mia. You didn't see how the way Mia acted. And you say, neutral, you all keep keying and laughing at Mia's face on the after shows and all that kind of stuff. Now you're acting surprised when she is not standing up for you. Especially since Karen's not standing up for anyone else either.
So what do y'all think about Karen calling Robyn Robert? Do y'all think that's nice?
I'm fine with it because Robyn said her old crusty backside and all that kind of stuff. She said Robert. The thing is though, for me personally, to me the litmus test is Candiace. If Candiace
Did
said
you
that, I
just
think
say
people would have
crusty back fat?
She said that about Karen.
Robyn said that's Karen's back fat and crusty feet in her confessional when she brought that photo. Yes, she did say that. And
Well, at
there's
least
no
she's
outside
truthful.
Robyn said that. No, but if Candiace had said that, it would have been an issue. So for me, the litmus test are the darker skinned women. Because if Robyn and Karen say certain things, it's just, but yeah, Robyn said that and Karen said that. To me, go ahead and go back and forth. But keep your mouth closed, because Karen also did that. We might tune you out-ish. And Robyn was also high-fiving Monique with this whole we might have to ice Candiace out stuff. So I don't see it for another one of them. I'm very clear on my stance.
Okay, good friend. I don't like her calling her Robert. But anyway.
I guess I just like the persona that Karen give off, like
but it's so
like
fake.
the dynasty, it gives dynasty.
But she's fake, D.
It gives dynasty. I mean,
it gives fake dynasty. It's not Diane Carroll. What's their names?
She ain't Diane Carroll in any kind of way, honey.
Right, not at
Dominique
all.
Dunn. I think it was Dominique Dunn.
Dominique and somebody else.
Dominique Devereaux.
This is not Blanche.
Something
She's
like
more
that.
like Sophia on Golden Girls.
Oh my God, I can't.
Okay, anything else, y'all? Because we've been on here almost 2 hours.
Oh, the reunion. We didn't finish talking with the trailer. Okay, so what did y'all think about Giselle and Candiace's exchange about that on the reunion trailer? Candiace said that Andy called Giselle out about coming after the husbands. Mm-hmm. He called out that out.
I think he read a question, probably, but yeah.
Yeah, he called her out about that. Candiace said that basically Giselle comes after people's husbands because she don't have nothing going on in her life. And, Chris went on about, his little tirade about what we've already previously discussed. He lost clients and all that about because she lied. And Giselle was like, well, what did I lie about? It's just like, child, I'm not even ready for that segment.
So you think, because Candiace act like Giselle's not going to get it, that Mia got it more. I'm thinking all of them are going to get it, right?
And no. What did y'all think about Mia?
Giselle, who's the 19-year-old Giselle is with? Tell us about this. Who's the 19-year-old?
He's not 19. I think he's 30.
That guy's like 35, 36, almost 40.
So what did y'all think about Mia accusing Wendy of sleeping with Peter?
That right there, she said she had receipts. I want to see it. And also Jacqueline calling Mia out.
Yes.
Wendy ain't in no way slept with
Wait a
Mia,
minute.
Peter. I just would
Wendy
never
accused
believe
Mia of
that.
sleeping
no,
with
Mia,
Peter?
No,
Mia
Mia.
Wendy.
We think you never know how the reunion's going to really be.
Yeah.
No,
I definitely don't believe
she
none of
said
that.
that. She said, I have receipts on you sleeping with Peter. And Wendy was like, bitch, you slept with people for lobster. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, she did.
I just can't. I mean, Mia lies so much anyway. I like Mia, but no, I don't. I don't believe anything like
I
that.
don't believe that either. I think
Mm-mm.
Wendy is very much in love with Eddie, honey, and I would be too.
Yeah, and I think Peter is very good looking, but Eddie ain't bad either. Wendy is good.
Peter ain't got shit on Eddie. Nothing.
I think Peter
I
looks
don't know.
I
Peter's
didn't say
very,
I
very,
no,
very
Peter just
good
have
compared
cute
to
to
Eddie,
me.
but both
I
of them
don't
are
think
good
Eddie's
looking
that
men.
handsome.
First of all, Peter is Jamaican, and
Right, Peter's got it.
I'll never forget when Nia Long was on Watch What Happened in Live. This was when Watch What's Happening Live was pretty new, and Cynthia may have only been on a season or so, and somebody said you dated Peter. She said, "Oh, Peter."
Mhm.
I'll never forget that. He's Jamaican.
He just
I
ain't cute
don't
to me.
know.
He's very cute to
Peter
me.
might be right.
Yeah.
I
What
think
does
he's
that have to
handsome.
do with you
He don't
going
do
into
it for me.
So, do y'all
Person.
like Happy Eddie better?
I
He
I
like
look
like
them
better than
both,
Peter
but
to me, but that's just my
yeah.
personal opinion.
Okay.
Happy Eddie is happy, and I mean, he's just a sweet guy. I mean,
Eddie he probably is a nice guy, but he got
yeah.
personality of a lint.
I won't say that.
Why you say that?
I just think he
He's
doing it.
boring.
He
He said a
repeats what
lint.
Wendy allows him to say, and he's being supportive of his wife.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
don't think
mad at
I
that.
don't think he care about
But
the
I
show
just
or want to
don't.
be
Yeah,
really
I don't think he.
involved.
Yeah, I don't think he
Right.
cares. I think he just
Yeah,
wants to support his wife
yeah. Like
and
I'm here
probably
because of
paying
you.
off some of that. And I ain't mad at him because if I can
Yeah.
figure out a way, I do it too.
I would
Hello,
too.
loan debts. So
Hello.
that's what they came in here on an agenda, and
And he's
Okay.
trademarking Happy Eddie. He's gonna do like the legal marijuana. I think he's gonna name a strand. I think I could be making this up, but I think Happy
is
Eddie.
it
No, you can
legal
trademark it,
now?
but it's not for cannabis. It's for apparel. I did see him
Oh, it's
talking
not
about
for
the
Yeah,
cannabis
cannabis.
stuff.
yeah.
No, he
It
did
said
talk.
on the thing. It's
Let me,
like
let me
cups,
finish.
shirts, and
Let
stuff.
me
It
finish.
said it on the little thing that Wendy posted. Well, that he
The
posted.
trademark is for that, but he did talk about doing the cannabis as well. But the trademark we've only seen is for the apparel.
Who
Yeah.
wanna wear a Happy Eddie shirt if your name ain't Eddie?
Lots of people will. I mean,
Yeah.
they buying the
I mean, they
candles, the
trademark a lot
machine
of
stuff.
things.
So
People
I
make
mean, but people wear shirts with names on them all the time that ain't their
Like
name.
what? Tupac, but I'm not gonna wear Eddie.
no,
Oh yeah,
I see
she
people
said
wearing
Tupac.
YouTuber merch and all kinds of stuff. So let's not pretend
Oh
like people
yeah,
don't just be buying T-shirts for
Y'all,
Diana
random.
Ross, of
okay.
course. We have
No,
her
seriously,
shirt.
He better do
Montanique.
the cannabis because Happy Eddie, I'm not wearing that.
Listen, Montanique, they put anything on paraphernalia because do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all watched Salt Lake City, but last season when season 2 when Lisa Barlow went on that rant about Meredith and called her she slept with half of New York.
Yeah.
Well, I would wear
Did
that,
they make a shirt over
Somebody
that?
put that on paraphernalia.
but I would wear that because it
Oh.
don't say Happy Eddie,
They put the whole entire rant on there. She
and I
posted
would wear that.
stupid
But I'm not
fantasy.
wearing that if my name ain't
Okay,
Eddie.
and that's your personal choice.
They ain't
People
gonna
buy
make no money off that.
merchandise.
I'm just
Let's
letting y'all
go.
know. He needs to do the
All
cannabis.
right, thank you.
Cannabis, please.
Wait, so do
You
you
want the
okay?
drugs? You got it.
Okay, so I want to ask y'all this since y'all are the Giselle fans. Y'all know who y'all are on this.
I like everybody, but go ahead.
What do y'all think about Candiace saying that to Giselle that she don't have nothing going on? That's why she.
Latoya, 119 to
It was
3-4 week
139, I
period.
thought.
I mean, maybe, but I don't understand why that is a read because the reality is,
I don't
if you
necessarily
do
think it's.
got
What?
listen,
I don't think it was meant
are
to be
you
a
gonna
read.
ask the
Let her
question?
finish.
Hey, if you're going to, I forgot my point. What was the question?
I said when Candiace told Giselle she don't have nothing else going on in her life.
Oh, there it is. It's that. Okay. That may be true, but what you got going on, the TV didn't think it was interesting enough to focus on. You can't sit up here. I mean, that may be true. I don't see why that's an issue. Why is it important for we on a TV show to create drama?
I
And
mean, it
entertain?
isn't. she's
Why
coming.
do
She's
I
talking
have
about her
to
husband.
get
Why
a
would she not be mad
scandal
about
to
that?
entertain the people?
I
But
mean,
No,
why?
she has a
absolutely
valid.
not.
I
That's
mean, it is
disgusting.
an issue when she's talking about her husband. Why would it not be?
But I have a
I
question.
find
How do they film a lot? How do y'all know they're just not showing more of her
They film
fibroid
a
story? How
whole
do y'all
lot.
know they're not showing more? She's not
They
filming
probably
more
not.
with
I'm not
Steve because
disagreeing
we
with
know
that.
Steve's been on the show, but we've never seen Steve until this season. So how do you know she's not doing that stuff? But they just want to show her as the messy Giselle. Like Toya used to say on Married to Medicine, she did all kinds of stuff, but they want to show her as the ditzy Toya.
I can get that because
So
even
it could
Candace
be
says.
that. It could just be that.
Because even Candace said in the book, she's like, when I came on, I was running my pageant consultancy stuff, and we had a they have no almost a hair salon suites in Georgia and Maryland, but they don't want to show me that. They wanted to show her a certain way, and so I do get that. But to me, the issue is that Giselle has gone from okay, these are like microcosms of little things happening between the girls. Let's amp it up. To me now, you've come to a point of making things up, and that is where my issue is. When I feel like if this is going to be your persona on the show, it needs to be grounded in something, and it's not grounded in anything anymore. Especially when I feel like they also demand, because we're not going to pretend like Giselle and Ashley and Robyn don't demand truth from people, but yet I feel like you are playing games to hide whatever's going on, or we're never going to see it. Now, part of that could be the editors, but also I do think a part of it is Giselle. Like I'm
Yeah.
not going to pretend like a part of it is not Giselle as well.
Yes, because sure enough, they may film her, and she might have talked about her. We've seen it, so clearly she's talked about it, and she probably has talked about it, and they didn't show us. But a lot of Giselle's main personality on the show and main agenda on the show is to stir the drama up.
Right, that's her goal.
Yes, that's her goal. She produced the whole knife scene with Ashley and Candiace.
And I want to say this. It is important for somebody like Giselle to be on the show. Think about this. Giselle and Wendy have not said 2 words to one another we have now watched the first episode all the way to the end. If there had been any other people involved besides Giselle, there's no way Giselle wouldn't say, so y'all ain't gonna talk to each other the whole time.
It would have
like
been Giselle.
We would be Giselle.
Yeah, but she never used it for any good.
Well, what's
Karen should have done that.
My point is, all of them,
one of them should
nobody else
None of them did
up.
They talked about it. I mean, they did talk at the little burn session. But I just think,
and they walked out and started yelling and stuff.
Giselle said, "We good." It didn't even entertain.
Okay, well that means well then to me, Giselle should be all about the mess. Giselle shouldn't be. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not handling it. She's supposed to be this master.
No, that's not
all that kind of stuff. To me, that makes no sense. If you're saying she's on the show to keep things moving, and now I'm listening to you. I'm literally listening to you.
How many times did Karen say she didn't want to talk, and Giselle kept asking? How many times? Giselle would have kept asking, is my point.
Maybe nobody cared.
But your point is that Giselle would push the issue. But if she's not pushing the issue for herself, what's the point?
Somebody needs to push it then. That's the point.
But maybe no one, but maybe they didn't, but maybe that wasn't important to them.
But that's the problem. Like you can't
But Giselle is pushing what she chooses and picks and chooses. Either you're going to push her or you're not. You're going to push her or not.
Giselle do this to them every time. I always say she sits there, starts it, and
maybe
then
they
looks
did
around confused, and they let it happen. That's not her fault. Like, ain't
maybe they didn't care about the Giselle and Wendy drama no more. That's maybe why they didn't care about it anymore. They was more interested in this other stuff that was going on.
Nothing was interesting this season.
What somebody got to do it though? Y'all can't. I mean,
let's not pretend. But why are we pretending like we just need Giselle to be there to be messy? As if
I ain't saying that. You miss. Again, you're missing the point. Nobody else did. It's 7 other women or 6 other women on this cast. Somebody.
And Robyn's not going to do it, and Ashley's not going to do it. And Wendy tried to do it.
Cast would do that. Nobody else stepped up.
I mean, Ashley would do it.
Ashley did do it. Ashley's not going to do anything that Robyn is. I mean, that Giselle's not going to do. We have Karen, Candiace, and what's the other one? Mia's not going to do it. What's the other one? Wendy tried, but then, it was done deal because they started screaming and yelling and stomping all over the place.
Well, yeah, Wendy tried it, but they got Ashley and Candiace started, and Candiace wore her out, as we all know she always does.
She does.
Because she were Ashley. Listen, when they had that argument at the little burn session, I was like, At what point is Ashley gonna be tired of getting cussed out? Because at this point, I would just leave Candiace alone. I would just leave her alone. Just leave her just alone. I would stay away from her. I wouldn't do nothing to compromise the situation because she never wins. She never wins ever.
I don't think
Okay, y'all.
that's
We
She
been on
tried.
here for 2 hours.
I think Ashley is trying to be.
I need to end it.
Sometimes I
Y'all
think
keep
she want to
talking.
be a ghost producer.
Okay, but before we leave, Callie, I did